We intend to offend. We will offend. And if you have a delicate sensibility, click the X button in the corner. Or if you're on a Mac, the red button in the left corner. Monty, welcome to the show of offending people.
Well, it never happened and I make shit up. So just, for the last couple of weeks, everyone that has asked for a reading, apparently you're all from Scotland, from Purley in Scotland. You all live the same lives. It's very metaphysical, because we're all one. And I can't read the Akashic Records. I didn't even have a card. Whoa.
Welcome, everyone, to another adventure into comedy. We intend to offend. A warning ahead of time. If you have a stick up your ass, are a snowflake, and are offended easily, please turn off this video.
Yeah.
Let's delve a little deeper and hit that comedy bone hard. Okay?
Ow.
So at one point we were talking about the disclosure and the falling apart of the religion. I think that was on the first comedy show that we were talking about that, or it might have been a conversation.
17. I should have written them down. 17 religions collapsing. Yeah.
17 religions. And when we looked at science, there were some very, very unique and funny things. Science being able to prove the God source, and it in full denial because they wanted to go into peer review of God. The ego scientists going, no, there is no God.
I've had a shit life, so God doesn't exist.
Yes. David is having technical difficulty. He's not exactly here yet. If he gets over his technical difficulties, which is internet in Barbados right now, he's having some issues there. He will get on, but right now David is not here. Yes, I know there are many broken-hearted women going, why isn't David in the tub right now?
But maybe he is. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you can visualize him if you want him in the tub. They're waiting for you.
Yeah.
It's
moist. The English language sometimes is saying that word moist to certain people, they like, ugh, or they giggle for 45 minutes. It's just like, this cake is moist. Ooh.
What kind of moist?
Yummy moist. Not red. Oh, thank you for looking at my Instagram. It's basically meme central. I don't take photos of myself. So, yes. Good point. A good time to bring up that you can join the chat room.
And make sure you hit share to all of your friends and family and come and enjoy our hour of offense.
And it's not a renovation show. We actually mean to offend, not build a fence. Or destroy fences. Oh, that's a good one. Offend by destroying fences.
Offending fences.
Yeah, you call that an upright? You suck.
You call that a fence? It's not straight.
Oh, it's picketed. Look at me. And it's white, you racist.
You crooked.
Oh, I love that, scientists, we're trying to find the God spark and the Heisenberg or whatever it is. Defenders of offended fences. That's it. Oh, there's a limerick.
That's really the defenders of offended fences.
That's in the top 5 of the
diamond thieves out there that are laughing their ass off right now.
You're gonna watch that comedy show? It's something about fences? Like, yeah, man. The CERN and their collider, or Satan's donut, as I call it. One of them in Europe was taken down by a ferret. I name him Pierre, because Mother Nature said, okay, Pierre, you need to take one for the team. Just go in there and chew on some cables and fuck the whole thing up for 8 months.
So it was first taken down by a moth. Okay.
Like just a small genetic one, not like Mothman or the
moth. And then another one was a beetle. And then it was a weasel, not a ferret, but they're technically the same thing.
Yeah,
got in there and did like $3 billion in damage to it.
And when you said beetle, it was like Ringo Starr or Paul McCartney?
It was the regular beetle, just got in a place that's short and shorted stuff out. But I remember reading the article, and I'm like, go Weasel Clan! You just destroyed CERN. All of those mass meditations that don't do shit to it, and it took one weasel.
Yes, yeah. I mean, don't they have a statue of Shiva out the front of in the courtyard? Like,
they have a statue of the weasel out there.
Yeah, going, take that. Exactly. Yeah, that type of stuff is funny. I remember Sean David Morton he met someone who worked at CERN. He was at a sports ball game or whatever, and he told the story of like, so why can't the scientists figure out how to actually work the thing? Well, there's two theories. One is where we don't know what we're doing, or every time we turn it on, we collapse reality, and the Prime Creator steps back and rebuilds the whole universe. And Sean's gone, that is the worst example of incompetence I've ever heard. Oh, we may destroy the universe, and then we go back, and then boom, it comes out again. In the conspiracy world, it's they're sort of doing a form of disclosure of, oh, we've got this Space Force, which allegedly we've had for decades already. It's like, where do you get all this stuff from? You know.
To insanity and beyond.
It's huge. We've got a huge planet. Huge.
Well, definitely at the insanity levels here already.
Yeah. Because that's what you. There's always been said that there is a quarantine around the planet, and I've met a lot of humans, and I can understand why the aliens was like. Have you noticed a lot of UFOs that okay, roll up your windows and lock the doors, we're going past Earth.
So last week we came up with Barry and Gary.
Oh, yes. Gary the Grey and Barry the Draconian.
Yes, Barry the Grey and Gary. Blah, blah, blah. We're going to expand the story of Barry and Gary and their office manager, Larry.
Now, is he a Nordic?
Yes, he's a Nordic.
Yes, I like to laugh.
So, Barry the Grey. Sorry, Gary the Grey.
Gary the Grey. GG. Barry, Barry's the Draconian. Yes. Gary's the Grey. And they have their representative from the Fourth Reich called Hans. Or Fritz. Yeah. Or Fritz.
And they're all telemarketers.
Yeah, well, you got to sell that global narrative, Andrew. I'm just putting it out there.
That's right. So they're selling their global narrative stock, and Gary the Grey's having a really bad day, and he's driving into work one day, listening to Howard Stern, not laughing at all, and he sees Barry stuck in traffic and laughing and just having fun, and he starts to get jealous. Really jealous that Barry's having all that fun. So when they get to work, good old Gary the Grey never shows any emotion, starts to get very catty, very, very protective of his space. And Barry's like, man, what's going on, Gary? You almost never show emotion. And now I'd like for you to be Gary the Grey having an emotional moment.
I feel hurt.
What could you be hurt about? You're a collective Grey. You don't have emotions.
I want a girlfriend.
You don't have a penis.
Well, thank you for pointing that. I don't wear clothes either, Barry.
That's your cultural problem. Don't blame it. Don't blame your woes on me. Don't you do the inner work?
What?
The inner work. That stuff your species has been avoiding for a few million years.
Hey, look, our versions of dates is we sneak into these humans' houses and put them into a trance and then float them out to our ship.
And then do all that anal probing stuff, huh? What's that shit? Are you bad as Germans?
That's just a joke.
Two Greys in a cup?
No, it's two Greys in a saucer.
2 grays in a saucer.
Yeah, open your mind wide now. Oh dear. And what I've just had a flash of a Palladian festival. I don't know what that's from.
That's from the Pleiadian boy band in Synchronicity. They're on tour right now.
Or are they?
Yeah, they're on tour right now.
Crap harmonies. From their latest 9-planet tour of Orion.
They're a real band, the Pleiadian boy band in Synchronicity. People think I'm kidding. No, it's an actual real musical group from the Pleiades. That's a boy band. So, Danita, do they have Raven girls? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They have gigantic girl fans all over the thing that drives their popularity. Okay.
Oh, a bunch of stands. See, now that's what I find funny. You've got in Synchronicity, that manager's a brilliant man or beings like in Synchronicity, because it's like not. But I'm from the metal world, so I don't really how big Slayer in the Orion cluster. So it's like,
it's more, the Draconians like Slayer a little bit.
Yeah,
more.
I was gonna say because like, Slayer, they're a satanic band. It's like, really, 3 atheists and a Catholic.
That's exactly 3 atheists and a Catholic make up a satanic band.
It's just art, you cockheads. So yeah, I find that where I understand how there's that whole trance element and monotonous, and it's just expanding from ancient culture with the drum circle and having the rhythm and everything else like that. But I listen to Metallica, Anthrax, Scar Symmetry, and all these Devin Townsend, Tuned Down to C, and all this crunching. I don't know if they'll be very popular off-world, or if it's just the negative forces, because you can still have positive, happy stuff. It's just power coming through.
Well, music in general can connect and create harmonies and emotions, just like comedy. Comedy can transcend generations, and music can transcend generations.
Yeah.
So there are plenty of stoner Pink Floyd listeners in the Pleiades and the Arcturians, all right? Yeah, and Arcturians looking at the bricks in the wall, seeing it from a whole different point of view.
Oh,
wondering what the fuck pudding is.
Just and meat. Well, I'm a vegetarian, so
wait, we eat holographic meat.
Now, of course, we put that idea out, people are going to have dreams of traveling to the Pleiades, and it's like, I met this fantastic, awesome being. He was wearing a caftan, and that the Dark Side of the Moon poster was in his bedroom. I'm like, what? And it was a slightly different cover as well, because there was another color. There was 8 colors coming out of the prism instead of 7.
8 colors coming out of the prism, exactly.
Wow.
And there are plenty of off-worlders who love our classical music or Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Okay? Yeah. There's some powerful beat matchings in that stuff. And then they can telepathic choruses that are forever in your mind, cheering you up. Imagine what rap has done to the Pleiadians and the Arcturians.
Are you able to say
gangster rap has done to them?
Well, are you able to say a sentence in light language, only so you could give, like, can you imagine a 3-minute Public Enemy song in that language?
Give me a second. Like an actual rappy gangster light language song?
Well, if you want to do a light language rap, but just even one sentence, like hello.
I can. I've done this before, actually, because I have this regular ongoing conversation of how our cultures has affected other places and spaces.
Yep.
All right, so this is, for lack of better words, bitches, blunts, 40s, and hoes is a common gangster rap thing. So this is around acquiring that type of stuff in dollar bills. Chico uga, chak chita, tachachitoko, chitika kuki, chikuchi, kakakachiteko, chakta tika,
See, I was prepared to laugh, but I'm like, that's awesome.
Light language with attitude.
Someone in the chat room put in PWA, Palladians with attitude.
Exactly.
That's right, mother lover.
Exactly. Mother lover, exactly.
Are you ready to ascend?
Exactly. I felt the offense.
Yeah, raise your vibration into the air.
Raise your vibration into the air.
wave it around like you don't care. I'm gonna bend my. So Biggie is big out there in the galaxy.
He's immense. He's immense.
Notorious
immenseness.
Yeah,
Mr. Immenseness. Exactly.
He has mass, dude.
Exactly. He has total mass.
He's not dense. He has mass.
He has infinite mass. No space, but infinite mass.
Yeah. Oh, dear. Galactic hip hop. Ooh. Straight out of Pluto.
Exactly. Straight from the hood of Pluto. Kicking the tails of the lizards out of my hood, constantly dealing drugs in my hood, getting this poison out.
Traveling the solar system in my lowered spaceship. Which doesn't make sense.
My consciousness raised spaceship.
Yeah, it's like boom, boom, boom. How can you lower?
I'm thumping my high vibration every galaxy I go.
Yep, and then you've got just next door the Slayer fanatics.
Exactly.
You're harshing my mellow, man.
All right,
you won't hear this on a sideshow.
We want you to come up with your galactic rap line. So go on into the chat room. And if you are really, really good, we might have you come on and tell us your galactic rap line. Okay. I'm stuck in low vibration because everybody around me is stuck in mediocrity. I jump in my UFO and I make it a seen vehicle so everyone can understand I'm thumping my high vibration every galaxy I go.
Oh, I'm not rapping. I'm terrible at rapping.
All right, you're Aussie. You're entitled to do it. Don't worry. Anyone familiar with a rap group called KRS-One?
I know the guy. Yeah.
Yeah. They're the best. I listened to them when they first came out. Love that group to death.
Whoop whoop! It's the sound of the Arcturians. Whoop whoop! It's the sound of the
Pleiadians. Whoop whoop!
Yeah, yeah. Palladians is alien for police. See, that's really long, and the chat's going to move, so I'm going to miss half of that. Hang on. I know what I can do. I'll just I asked something yesterday. I don't know what. Damn you, chat. I don't know if my words were stray and you went about your day, but I asked many of us might have this thought underway. Why I ask my chandlers, I think they may be handlers and intuitives, aren't always physically balanced, or am I misguided? That's why that's more than what was cited.
That's not their rap. That's their spiritual question. Wrong show, wrong time to ask that.
Okay, well, it sounds better in rap.
Yeah, I know it does sound better. Look at you, Mr. Australian, who can't rap.
Well, no, I can't make it up. I can read it. Channelers, but yeah, handler sounds good as well. So, no disrespect, of course.
Your channeler handlers can't handle this rap.
I've been living here for eons, y'all.
I'm the OG hood. Been here for tens of millions of eons.
Me and 71 other OGs started this thing.
72 other of my brother's cousins and friends and family came out of void space, no space. Now we are I-ams stuck in this karmic resolution. Bitch, we can't get out.
Belief engine, y'all.
Exactly. Belief engine.
It's what you believe.
It's all about what you believe. Exactly.
Which, to bring it round back to science, is science is it can be proven, and that's why you need 8 other guys in white coats to agree that it exists, and then it's a peer-reviewed paper. Yeah, but like, what about if you break the laws of physics?
Well, they can't ask that because they won't peer review broken physics. It's just like archaeologists who pretend to be engineers.
Well, yeah, especially with the flat earthers, but gravity is just a theory. And yet, if you jump off a building, guess what's going to happen?
You will smack it to the ground.
Yes.
I'll never forget when I think it was Graham Hancock was having that argument with Zahi Hawass, and he said, "Do you have an engineering degree?" And he goes, "No, but I know what I'm talking about." And he's like, "So what makes you any different? Do you have an engineering degree?" You can't answer shit like that. Like, no, I don't have an engineering degree. So how do you know a 90-ton rock is going to crush a 100-pound log?
Because you believe it.
Because you believe it. Exactly.
It's like what I tell people, like, you are a fractal of the prime creator. You are God. But I mean, agreements were made. You're in human form now. Like, just, you have to sort of...
Don't blame God. Blame yourself. And don't blame your higher self. You're the one that chose it.
Oh, yeah. So sometimes when bad things happen, it's like, I really want to have a word with my higher self. Oh, dear.
Denial, strange thing, isn't it? It is a river in Egypt for some people. A big old sailboat on it too.
Yeah, with those huge speakers or generators or tombs or
low frequency generators.
Yeah, I think Pink Floyd actually played the Pyramids of Giza. That would be. I don't know if they used the Pyramids of Giza, but they definitely played there.
I'm sure in Synchronicities played the Giza Plateau. Andrew and Donna, I wake up, I'm surprised that I'm breathing. My meat suits is tight, I'm grieving. I'm retrieving my memories from the heavens, and it's groovy, and that's why they call me heaven. I'm not kidding, it's hollow, I'm moody, and I can't fly here, and it makes me broody. Yes.
We've just invented a new subgenre of a subgenre of subgenre. Light worker rap.
Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of galactic rap raising your frequency.
Get your booty on.
Exactly. Get your booty in your butt tonight.
So the next time you're actually visited by alien consciousness, start just dropping a beat, and freak them out. Like, yeah.
You're gonna MC for the collective.
Hey, shorty, it's your birthday. Hey, I can imagine the Grey's response
from Chaos, an attempt at a rap. Stuck for the millions of years, all these millions of years. So listen up, too much, too fast. Millions of years, so listen up, y'all. Remember who you are. Look up to the stars. Drum beat, rattle, shake, inner vision. Let's create. Root down, be here now. Whoop whoop. Raise that vibration.
We've come a long way from Soul Train.
Yes. Great one, Alan.
Thank you, Sarah. Grace, I like big butts and I cannot lie. Or feel or have her own thought or...
I like probing and I cannot tell a lie.
Hey, baby, do you want to come back to my place for a probe? So, like, yeah, and also, why the cow mutilations? Just go to a library and get a book. Like, you're supposed to be a higher being. It's like, oh, this is the 80th cow we've sliced up.
They're barbecuing. They just don't want you to know that they're barbecuing the wrong parts.
Oh, so Earth is like a holiday house. Is like, what are you doing in the weekend? Oh, go to Utah, cut up some cows. Got to work on my rap record.
Exactly. I'm rapping with cows. Moop, moop. This is the sound of cows. Moop, moop. Gone fishing for cows. Something's wrong there. Lost in translation, Mr. Gray. 1 million sentient beings in the gray suit and not one fucking comedian. Nah, 1 in every 5 million grays is a comedian.
Yeah, like the Sultarans from Doctor Who. You know, they're all clones, but there's always one that's slightly a bit off.
Yeah, there's definitely black sheep greys. Black sheep greys are the unique ones. So I
the dark greys.
They're 50 shades of gray.
Yeah. They always end up in Titan. Yeah, you go to Titan, you stay there forever.
Yes, the black sheep rap group. They don't mutilate cattle, they mutilate sheep.
No one knows what it's like to be emotional, spawn, cloned. Oh yes, I like that. Yeah, Area 52, Area 51, 52. I think that's next door. But we should actually make. We need to find an artist so we can make a tour T-shirt for the rap group. It's like Area 51, CERN, Pine Gap. That would be funny.
Let's entangle our DNA and see what happens.
Let's defy the rules of gravity and creation.
Can you imagine zero gravity sex?
No,
everyone ponder that for a second. Zero gravity sex.
It would be annoying because every time you thrust, you
have to learn to use the walls and everything to your advantage.
Yeah, definitely. You would have to hang on
a lot.
Brace yourself.
Brace yourself a lot.
Brace yourself. Brace yourself, Myrtle. It's that time of the year again.
A whole new thing to bondage. I need you to stay put. Think of all the new sex positions you could create in zero gravity.
Oh, the rotation.
Yeah, full-on rotation.
Oh, I'm sure the Greys that are listening in are very happy we've gone from Greys to sexual positions. Like, I don't remember how to do that. It's been millions of years.
Greys watch a lot of human porn.
Of course they do.
Yeah, it's an experiment, really. We know it is.
Experiment.
Yeah, experiment, really.
So what do they watch and go, I don't have that, and I don't have that, and are they a monosex? They don't have male or female, do they?
Technically they're not an actual generated species. They are technology that is commonly available that anybody can buy and put their consciousness in, not just one, but dozens. But it's like a car. It's got a whole bunch of pre-built-in features. But their whole species who said, we hate our skin suits, we're going to buy a whole bunch of gray suits and just move into them in mass. You see, the gray guys are really kinky because they can do telepathic sex, so they can get it on with just about any species. They're just not going to have offspring.
Mm-hmm.
So you can have an octopoid being and a gray and a 9-legged spider being in a threesome.
Hey, baby, do you want to come back to my house and think?
Exactly. How do you surprise the telepath? Very carefully. Very carefully. So everybody, it seems like zero gravity sex got a bunch of you going. And yes, there are telepathic STDs.
Yeah, like spiritual hygiene. It's like I always visualize having a shower and just wash away. But I'm sure there's more to that. But so, are you saying is it a marketing opportunity for us to have a telepathic condom?
I never really pondered that part.
Did you say pound or ponder?
Ponder that. I never pondered that one. And all of my fucked up conversations with them, I never thought about a telepathic condom.
Yeah, well, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why Andrew and I are here in this moment of now to have this exchange of ideas. It's like, wait, that makes sense. I've never thought of that. That you're creating something new. The Galactic Historian telepathic condom. how do you put it on? And is there instructions? What's
I'm
going on?
sure we can sell it to the Pleiadians. They'll buy anything.
Yeah. Well, if In Synchronicity is doing another tour, they could be sponsored.
Sponsored by Galactic Historian's telepathic condom. Ribbed for her pleasure.
And yours.
And yours.
Karmic free. Well, that makes sense.
Her telepathic vibrators.
Now with the Tesla 0 point energy powered.
0 point clitty vibrator. But I don't have one. You do now. That's technology. Gray's Blues lyrics. Mm-hmm. Here I am, driving my spaceship. Doing my equations. Caught in an infinity loop. Got the stupid human blues stuck in my mind.
I know one riff.
That's all I know.
I came up with a subgenre of music called prog punk, like progressive punk. It's 3 chords for 27 minutes. It's not going to sell, like Yes or Rush or Pink Floyd or Tool. Yeah, I'm taking that into the punk world. And it's like C, D, A. That's 27 minutes. There we go. That's prog punk.
Slam dancing grays that got no soul. I got no soul.
That's
stupid
more...
humans stole it from me.
I lost my... well, imagine if Gray's got into country and western. I lost my craft. I lost my cow. I lost my emotions. I lost the ability to breed. Thank you, Joyce. Yeah, the Gray in a 10-gallon hat. Howdy, partner. Oh, Grays are the cowboys of the galaxy.
Yep. They do a lot with cows, don't they?
Yeah. We love cattle. Yes, we've known.
We've known. You got a thing for them.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, here's a book called Anatomy. Read that. So it's easy to emo Grays. Yes. Oh dear, they've got a fringe.
So what would a Grays boy band be like?
Terrible. I think I have a intellectual connection with you, baby.
you make powerful equations.
You've got oh dear. There's a new sheriff in town, and he's short.
All right, everyone. Let's all come up with a gray boy band song. What would a gray boy band song be about?
Oh, let me see.
Let's come up with some lyrics.
Hybridization.
I ran over my amoeboid with my...
Oh, thank you, Colleen. I need your DNA, baby.
I need your DNA, baby. Exactly. That's the chorus. I'm just so incomplete without your DNA. I've been probing so many people till I finally found you. Longing for genitals.
I miss my penis. I miss everything. Just kidding. That cow is mine.
The country song is a grace. I fell in love with this cow. It broke my heart. Now I'm a gray with emotions. That cow, it just got along with every bull out there.
From the new album, Bovine Love.
Bovine Love. Radar Love, Bovine Love. Dun, dun, dun. It's Bovine Love. UFOs on the range, that's good too.
It changes that whole steers, queers, and beers or whatever it is.
Yes, Galactic Comedy 3.0. We intend to offend because we've got to get some of the snowflakes melted.
There's another T-shirt, Galactic Comedy 3.1469, and have pie.
Have pie with a pie cake.
Yeah.
Pie 3.14 cake. That's what Gray's birthday is. That's what they get. They get pie for birthday.
Yeah.
Whoop,
I
whoop,
wonder
whoop.
what flavor. Yeah.
Numbered.
And do they have bumper stickers? How's my flying?
If my flying is wrong, we'll call 1-800-GRAY. Report to Gray.
Oh, I wonder if the Greys are going to turn up and issue a copyright infringement on the movies and books, The 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh yeah.
Clearly, it's not a woman. It should be cattle. It should be leave the woman alone.
Gray's at the water cooler. We did that last week.
Oh well, that just makes me think of we could release a Grey coloring book.
Ha! It's all paint by numbers.
Yeah, exactly. Grey. All right, flip. Grey.
Crayola instead of Crayola. Grayola.
a new color. Like yeah, it's almost like going to a dentist.
Gray lives matter, sort of.
Well, they could if they yeah. Well, the tongue's Robert. The tongue needs to be coloured in.
So, Robert, come on in here and join
minimally the tongue.
So, tell us what is your take on the Greys and something funny about them?
Something funny about the Greys. I'm reading a book right now that is disclosing a lot about the Greys, and the only thing I can think is that there's nothing funny about them.
Which is funny in its own right.
I'm just wondering, do other species do pranks on them? Because there's no reaction. Like they get custard pie to the face, and the Grey's response is like,
just absorb. They just absorb it.
Yeah, I need to get a cloth now. One of those quantum wipes that I heard about.
Yeah, from the first show, the quantum wipes.
Yes.
What happens if you give a Grey a wedgie? Nothing.
Nothing.
They get chafed. They get chafed.
Yeah, I was going to say, depend on the strength of the wedgie, because you may split them in half. Ooh, bald is sexy.
Let me go polish that head a little bit.
No euphemism there. Yeah, they look weird because their third eye is really wide. False eyelashes might help. Grey, a love story.
Grey, a love story.
Blink, blink, blink.
It becomes a transvestite singer. I just want to be free.
First, I was afraid. I was petrified.
But then I found my inner side, and I just let it out. I'm a flaming Grey.
Oh, Earl Grey. Is that the tea or the guy?
He invented Earl Grey tea.
Yeah, that's Gary's brother. He actually has emotions. He's a hybrid. See, there's a sitcom evolving where the Greys finally have their hybrid plans or experiments work, and then a hybrid Grey comes back in time just to take the piss out of all the emotionless Greys. It's a fish out of water story.
2 Greys and a baby.
Yeah.
Oh shit! What the fuck we do with this thing? How do you feed it? It's always crying. It's always crying. What the hell?
It's feeling. Why is it feeling? Why can't I feel? Why is it wet? Why is it? And it smells. Oh, now it's wet and it smells.
And it's still crying.
Yeah, it's still crying.
All All right. Why don't we take some callers? So everybody that would like to add to this comedy show, if you ask me what your fucking purpose is, I'm gonna punch you. Okay?
Metaphorically.
Don't ask me any spiritual questions.
Oh,
So
no,
those,
you can't. Sorry, Andrew. I do apologize. You can ask spiritual questions, but I'm answering them.
yes.
So, like, what's my purpose here? To piss off Andrew, and you've done it. Move on. Well, no, we've had callers on before.
Yes. So everybody else, go on, raise that hand. Come on. Don't be so chicken shit.
Good marketing, yeah. Come on, you pricks.
Come on, you pricks.
We got 4.
We got 4. Well, come on, pricks, raise your hand. Let's get 5.
Ooh, going for 5.
All right.
Now, Alan, be careful.
I have a comment for anyone who raises their hand and then gets caught off guard. Come on.
Exactly.
I want to be a part of this, but I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm like, oh, that's very human of you. Dear. So what, Andrew, do any of alien species just laugh at humans?
All the time.
Oh.
All the time. They wonder why we wear shoes. They laugh at it all the time.
Well, we can't float. That's why, you bastards. Have you gone for a walk in the rain at 3 degrees Celsius?
They wonder why women shave off their eyebrows and then paint them right back on.
Because they wanna.
They're really laughing at our mating rituals. Why the fuck did they get drunk to talk to somebody?
Years, lifetimes of suppression and trauma.
Let's bring in Santo next.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello.
Santo. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I just wanted to know my Galactic History, Monty, please.
Yeah,
Yes. What's your galactic history? Monty's doing galactic history.
Specifically, Monty, can you tell me where I came from?
Scotland.
No Sicilians in Scotland, mate.
Well, there's a lot of tourism. I'm just saying. The Romans nearly got there, then Hadrian built that wall.
Okay. No, I'm fascinated by the grey conversation because I'd really like to know how this humour from their perspective is funny. Do they have a pulse?
Yes, they do.
What constitutes a grey pulse?
That's
now
why
we're
we
down
can't.
to Grey's Anatomy.
Yes. All right, Robert. Let's pick Gabe Reel next.
Be funny.
You're up and Gabe.
Gabe, are you there?
Hello, Monty Dean.
How are you doing?
Andrews, Bartzis.
Did we catch you off guard?
No, you're finding me in galactic bathtubing time.
He's halfway through a cow.
He's halfway through a cow. He's in mid-probe.
So, we could another idea for merchandise: grey white jelly.
I waiting many millennia to finding a moment to speaking to Monty Dean for Galactic History.
Okay, you're from Brazil.
I'm coming to you from no time.
No time at all. Well, you should know everything then. You grew up in Brazil to a lovely, right near a convent, and you have an issue with your microphone.
I'm finding stories for microphones. It's trying to find better galactic space. Moment, please.
That galactic Wi-Fi, it really sucks.
I'm transversing through time and space for you now. Making galactic transportation to Wi-Fi signal, yes?
Transfer. So you sound like you drive a bus.
You're finding me now. Better, yes.
A little bit better. You have an interesting
How is now being listening?
I speak Yoda. I don't know what you just said. I'm good at syntax of Yoda. Yes.
I searching for you many times in millennia space and time.
Oh, I'm new.
Yes, my friend. You is new to you, but not new to me. I knowing you many times.
Yes.
Infinity, if you can grasp concept, my friend.
Yeah, he forgot to take his gray medication. You agreed to a lot.
yeah, I know. Yeah, so yeah, my life review will be me yelling at the screen, like, "What the fuck is that?" So, I need a grey coffee. Oh, that sounds a bit wrong. Like, I don't have jaundice. So Galactic Historian. But well, if you are a grey,
you need Earl Grey coffee.
Ah, yes, mild. If you're a grey, you wear in a skin suit, and then you transgendered over into your grey body, and you've been having upgrades, and basically your life is like a video game. That's basically what it is. You hoard things, you collect things, and you have upgrades. It's wonderful. You've muted yourself, so anyway.
Welcome, everyone, because I forgot to hit my screen on time, to another adventure into insulting the universe. Today, we intend to offend, and if you offend easily and have delicate sensibilities, turn off this video. If you are one of those people that is a light worker, so stick so far up your ass it comes out your mouth next to your tongue, this is not the show for you. This is when we all let down and allow the comedy genes in and around us. Just as we did the swearing revocation, this is one of those shows where all things are targets, all things are open to do. So, once again, we intend to offend. You've been warned and warned. Monty, welcome to our Intend to Offend show.
Good morning, Andrew.
Good afternoon to you.
I've got a new setup, so I've got to figure it out. My speakers died, so I've been trying to figure that out. They haven't been touched for 6 months, and then I pulled out my old speakers, which I've owned for over a decade, but I haven't touched for 6 years, and they work. So yeah, that timeline changing is going well. And if anyone wants to call in for a reading for the Akashic Records, there's a blanket one today. You're all from Scotland.
Yes. Anybody that's calling in, Monty's reading you, not me.
Yeah, you're all from Scotland.
And caller, you have to be in the Zoom room. So if you are on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Periscope, or any other place and want to actually call in, Robert is putting up the information here for you. You go to zoom.us. The information ID number is right there on the screen. 911 for your emergency. 001 because you're number one, and 1974 because that's how old I am.
It's like, is that a TARDIS reading? What's going on?
Actually, that's how Robert messaged me Monday. And he's like, "What do you want your meeting ID number?" I'm like, "I don't fucking know. Pick one." So now you know the story behind why that meeting number is that. That was Robert and his universal source energy.
Nice.
Well, that's a compliment. Thank you.
I know, Robert. You run the wheel of colors, and so many people don't realize you run it, not me. So if y'all want to butter up and suck up to somebody and buy him gifts, he's the one.
Did I tell you I've got a PayPal account that I have people send me money to? That's how they pick them.
So it's not the 20-sided dice?
It's PayPal@bribeme.com.
How'd you know?
Now there's some conspiracies. I told you he does everything like that. He is a fake. Okay, these race riots are real. COVID is real. They're just not telling you the truth because they have no idea what's going on with the sickness. And right now, the conspiracy world is coming up with all these weird fucking ideas, and most of these conspiracy theorists have no real clue what they're saying. And if you don't like it, fuck off. That's my belief. Nothing you're going to do to change what I believe.
I found the meme. See, there you go. Dr. Octavius. The thing that you have to understand, Peter, is that 97% of people killed by the police in the United States are male. This proves that the police are institutionally sexist towards men. And then Peter responds, but Dr. Octavius, the reason men are killed more by cops is because males commit more crime. Oh, that worked out well. Because that's part of the whole the global narrative with the coronavirus is they're finding. I saw a headline. I don't know. Maybe I should read these articles, but the headline is that the vaccine for the coronavirus make you cancer. Let's have a look. Like, yeah.
That's good. That's
yeah,
good.
Yeah, but it wasn't parody. That's the other thing about what's going on.
It's funny though.
You remember Dr. Strangelove, where they're in the war room in that massive donut table, and it's just like the clown world council meeting, and there's all these different people in bit red noses and face paint. What we need is more whoopee cushions.
I'm going to put you in the comfy chair.
Not the comfy chair. Get the cushion and push all the stuffing up one corner and
I'm going to use the pointed stick while you're on the comfy chair. If you don't know what that's from Monty Python, the TV series.
Which for me, I use it as an example.
Position.
No one expects to spend. Okay, I'll come again. I use it as an example of how socially we haven't really evolved in the last 40 years because 95% of those jokes still work because we're in a similar position. The only thing that we've changed is the level of technology. The thing is, with the technology is being controlled as well.
That's right. The technology is so under control right now that people fall victim to it all the time.
Oh, I sound like David Bowie. What, dead? Hey. Yeah. I've seen the movie Labyrinth. My question is, what happened to David Bowie's genitals in the movie Labyrinth? Because he's just got those tight pants on. It's just smooth.
Well,
yeah. Bill Gates is a master clown. Yeah. I like how people say, like, yeah, we have to listen to Bill Gates because now he's a medical professional because he can help with viruses. Like, he hasn't had to deal with viruses like this since Windows 95. I don't trust him. Have you seen, there's a face app. The one thing that's popped up in the last week or two is the face app where you can change your gender. And someone's done it to Bill and Melinda Gates. And the swap kind of makes more sense. Like, oh, she looks better as a male and he looks better as a female. Yeah, it's scary. They've done it for the doctors in Doctor Who, all the Lord of the Rings, Star Wars. William Shatner. If you do go on Twitter, I would follow William Shatner. He seems like a lovely chap and he's funny because someone actually did Captain Kirk when he was about 35, and he tweeted, "I'll do me." I was saying that love is the answer, and he asked the question of like, yeah, but what about if someone's punching you in the face repeatedly? And I responded, well, I would love him to stop. See how that works? See, you can you use love in every position, at any point in life. I'd like you to stop that.
All right, Robert, let's spin up the wheel of comedy callers and see who has a little bit of a comedy gene in them tonight.
Okie dokie. Pixel 2XL guest, you are unmuted.
Pixel 2XL guest, are you there?
Yes.
Hi.
Yes, I am. Hi.
What's your actual name?
My name is Jessica. I'm sorry.
What can we do to help you get that comedy vibe? To pull that stick out of your ass?
Well, I kind of like y'all to make fun of why Jupiter's throwing asteroids at us right now.
Because it's like a monkey throwing shit.
Well, it saw that it actually finally saw Gone with the Wind, and Jupiter is very woke, and supports Seattle as well.
Yeah.
Is that with the help of Pluto since they're conjunct?
No,
Pluto's just a hermit.
Pluto's got a lot. Pluto's got a lot of social media accounts and is like Russian troll bots.
Yeah, and his only friends are Neptune and Uranus, or Uranus.
Yeah, and he visits Uranus all the time.
Yeah.
That's
sometimes
fetish.
Yeah, and sometimes visited by Klingons.
He stores a lot of toilet paper.
He did get visited by Jupiter. No, Voyager 2. And then, which would have been fantastic because it's like I finally got a message from the humanity, and this thing just took photos and left. Like, very rude.
See, we made you laugh. There you go.
Also, Jupiter's surrounded by 65 moons. It's probably like people. I need a moment, so I'm going to start throwing rocks.
There's always bitches. All the people he puts on the street to work for him.
Yeah. I like how where the man-made climate change. Well, how the hell did Jupiter's spot change direction? Is that because I drive a car and someone's been leaving the Stargate open?
That spot was a celestial STD.
I've got this cold sore, which is bigger than the size of the planet. Yeah.
Yep. Celestial herpes.
It's also like with Saturn. I find it's fascinating how it's got a hexagon on its north pole, and that's nature.
That's a planet doing SD.
Yeah, and Saturn's gay. It's got all those rings.
So, anything else you want to ask us, darling?
It's not funny, and just thank you for making me laugh.
You're welcome.
Oh, we can make it. We can make anything funny. We may offend you though. So, Billie Jean is now boom boom boom. Billie Jean is now boom boom boom. Billie Jean is now boom boom boom.
Hello. Yes, thank you. I can breathe again.
All right, darling. Thanks a lot for calling in. We're going to move on to our next caller.
Thank you.
All right, Robert, let's spin up the wheels of comedical callers and see who is up next and doesn't have a stick in their ass. Robert?
Hold on a sec. I'm trying to figure out how to use my phone to do this. Steve. Okie doke. Jenny, you're... Oh, shoot. You don't have a microphone. Let's see. Carla. There you go.
Carla, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Hey, where are you calling from today?
Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Chattanooga, Tennessee. Are we making you laugh?
Occasionally.
Occasionally.
Oh, everyone's a bloody critic.
I'm sorry, I want to laugh. But I don't know. I find myself laughing at everything these days, mostly myself.
So what do you want to say to us? Do you have anything comical in the serious bones inside you?
No. I was hoping you would come through.
Oh,
no pressure. No pressure.
So it's up to me to take the stick out of your ass?
I just raised my hand because you told me to.
Oh, you're a follower.
I lead myself.
First rule of Friday Comedy Show.
Yes.
First rule of Friday Comedy Show. Tell everybody. Second rule of Friday Comedy Show. No, really, tell everybody. We need the audience.
Yes, please make us laugh.
Two clowns walk into a bar. What happens next?
Pardon me?
Two clowns walk into a bar. What happens next?
They get shot.
No, there's an argument about Q, and both the clowns leave going, these guys aren't funny. They're all stupid serious.
I like, the two guys walk into a bar. You think the second one would have seen it?
Two cannibals were eating a clown. One turns to the other and goes, does this taste funny to you?
Ooh.
There you go. We're making you laugh.
It does actually. It does taste funny.
How many ascended masters does it take to change a light bulb?
None.
None. It's the light worker's job.
Hey, I got one right.
Okay? The light worker's job.
I thought they could just do it with their minds.
Nope. It's somebody else has got to turn the light on.
I like drummer jokes because I'm a musician and from the nightclub world. What's the difference between a drummer and a drum machine? What? You only punch in the information once to a drum machine.
Good.
Oh boy.
So, but all in good laughs.
What do you guys find funny?
A lot of things.
Yeah, a lot of things. Actually, it's
so you're like me, everything.
No, there are some things that I see as the universal joke playing out in such a way that the super serious people don't realize they're caught in their own circle jerk of joking.
Pardon me?
What keeps you balanced?
I had this day where every move I made, I got physically hurt somehow.
The day of stubbing and the hitting of your shins and knees and ankles.
And head and back and side and just every move I made. And and I told my dad and he said, well, just sit down and don't move.
And the chair broke.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah. So my question is, what was your higher self trying to show you with you beating yourself up?
I guess I wasn't supposed to make those repairs after all.
Have you ever had a double toe tubbing incident where you stub your toe and 2 seconds later or a minute later you stub your toe again?
Yes, probably more than twice.
Yeah, I've had at least 6 or 7 times where you're so in pain from the first one, you hit the wall again. Same toe.
I like watching. That sentence would probably get clipped. I like watching children. I like watching children. I like watching children. I like how children, if they hurt themselves, sometimes they look around to see if an adult is looking, and if someone is, they go straight into pain and shame, like ah. But if no one's looking, it's like, oh well, I'll move on. I miss that power. I want that power of like, oh, I've hurt myself. No, I haven't.
Something else is all the dads that play baseball with their 1, 2, and 3-year-old kids. Why aren't you wearing a cup?
I know I would be.
Okay, why are you wearing a cup? So, Carla, what about the clown world makes you laugh?
The clown world?
Yes. Conspiracy world.
Oh, thank you for clarifying. They're just, everything's become so obvious now. I can't believe I was so naive before. Now everything is so clear. How I'm programmed in every single way imaginable. I can't trust anyone. Now I'm paranoid. But rightfully so. And really, Biden, I mean, come on, he can't complete a sentence. Trump, I can't stand to listen to him. Antifa, what are they going to do? Don't they know the military is going to crush them like a bug?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, if there's ever going to be a civil war between left and right, it'll probably last an afternoon because most of the conservatives and Republicans all own the guns.
I know I do.
A lot of them go to bed early, so there won't be a war after 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And if whenever Hannity is on, the war will be on pause.
I can't watch him anymore either.
Exactly. All right, Carla, thanks a lot for calling. We got time for one more caller.
Thank you.
All right, Robert, let's spin up the wheel of callers for our last caller of the comedy show and see if somebody has a comical gene in them or not.
Oh,
no.
James, you're next. Oh,
Hello?
Oh,
there
there
we
we
go.
go.
Oh my gosh, I've been trying to figure out this Zoom
Last call. Where are
situation.
you calling from today?
I'm calling from California.
Are we making you laugh?
Yes, you guys are.
Oh, good.
So
Absolutely.
what do you have for us? What do you find funny in clown world now?
Just how just our politicians in general, they are just so ridiculously uneducated. I mean, it's like they're programmed to say all these things and just make up shit. You know what I mean? It's hard to believe that people take this for face value. Even Gavin Newsom just recently came out, and now he's requiring all of us to wear masks if we go out in public. So there's nothing we can do, right? I mean, sorry, my
Someone breaking the sound barrier there, or
Somebody
yes. She has a lot of energy.
you said Trump. Ah!
She actually told me I was pregnant before I found out I was pregnant.
Yeah.
So she's a little spitfire. But yeah, it's just so strange. And then I'm so curious about the whole cloning thing. Is there any real truth to that? Because I'm starting to believe some of that stuff is real. I mean, have you seen Hillary Clinton and the way her face looks? I mean, she looks like 5 different kinds of people every time I see her at.
That has nothing to do with clones. That's just bad makeup jobs, actually.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And have you seen recently Bill Clinton? It's like something sucking the life out of him, and it's not Monica.
Cancer. Even Obama looks strange. Everybody's looking strange.
Well, I still find it funny. Ellen DeGeneres is like, we're in lockdown. It's like prison. Yeah, your prison has a pool, Porsche de Rossi, and 17 bedrooms.
And servants.
Yeah, and servants, yes.
Exactly. And servants. Meow, meow, meow.
Thank you. Facebook just told me that we'd just gone live. So thank you, Mark, for the for the notification. I kind of know that. So the Facebook is working at this point in time.
And everybody that's in the chat right now, give me a middle finger in the chat room saying we're all number one. Monty, let's get on the round of first offense.
What I don't like is my reactions don't have that, because apparently I have hand claps or a thumb. So maybe I can stick the thumb up my butt. Yeah, we'll see now. I do remember many months ago, remember those heady days of February? Yes. I think we went...
and those misty days of March.
Oh, good times. I think I asked you, so what are we going to see? I think we got up to 7 or 8 stages of lockdown. And I think number 1 or 2, no, 2 or 3 was horny. And so we've had lockdown for 3-4 months, and people want to get out and socialize and drink and get their fuck on. That's probably why there's a lot of, especially a college town 500. That's not a surprising at all. It's like, I can leave the dorm room. Oh, right.
The irony is they could do it in the dorm room, but they need that alcohol. And also far too many people live the liquor life, and I'm offending to it. It's just, part of the world we live in. And 9 months from March, which is going to be December 15th, there's going to be a lot of children born for Christmas.
What would they be called?
COVIDiots?
No. That's the parents. They'll be called COVID-mennials or something.
Coronials.
Colonial. Oh, so it sounds like an Asian person trying to say colonials.
Yes.
Oh, you're colonial.
You're colonial. Exactly.
You're colonial. I have
Millennials.
watched
Millennials, you have just been upstaged by the colonials.
Yeah, I have watched a Black Panther. We hate colonialism.
Exactly. We hate cronyism.
Yeah, even though the Chinese...
Millennials, you are now old. Welcome to the club.
Because who bought all the toilet paper 3 months ago? And what have you been doing with, like, I've seen people with trolleys up to here, and you could build rafts, unless they're building houses in their lounge room. What are you doing with it all? I mean, strangely enough, when the lockdown was announced on the Sunday, I happened to, like, my higher self was like, I'll just buy some toilet paper. And I got 12 rolls because I didn't need, that's the first time I bought toilet paper this year because I don't use that much. And so I'm set for about a year and a half. Was that the voice of God or Robert?
I'm just saying you started it all.
Wow. What? You're saying that I give people the shit?
He's got 12 rolls. Let's get 14.
I buy a 72 roll at Costco every 4 months, every 6 months. Did I buy an extra 72 roll? Yes. But that's plenty for right now.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, it's store for the winter type thing. And yeah, and those preppers... kindling for a fire. Yeah, those preppers don't look so weird now, do they, ladies and gentlemen?
I have to say something from the chat room. Monty, 12 rolls for 12 mouths, impressive. Monty doesn't need so much toilet paper because the shit comes out of his mouth.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that is mathematically effective. 12 rolls in 12 months. Man, you got the science now. When you fold them over into triangles.
You should see how many napkins I go through, though.
Free napkins from
3,000 napkins a month. It's really, the balance is not there. Or I'm turning into a bear where I just take a really big dump every 3 months. Apparently, through my knowledge of Metallica, when you go bear hunting, when they come out of hibernation, you can't really eat them because they're so septic full of crap. Like,
right.
You actually have to wait till their system flushes everything out before you eat them. I don't know why you would eat bear apart from survival.
I can't even bear the thought of doing that.
Hold on a second.
You'll need material in 3 years.
It's all petrified and shit. Now, bears are the great cyclical dreamer. They have, why does a bear shit in the woods? Why does a bear shit on Andrew's driveway? Yes, I went through all of that. And if you zoom in a little bit, it ate berries, it ate bee calves, everything. See, fresh nuts, everything. Totally undigested.
Yeah, I'm glad I live in suburbia. we just have meth heads.
So yes, it kept going, and then I found the second and the third and the fourth, which were even bigger. So this bear just shat all over my driveway.
Because it can.
I could only imagine the bear going, I can't go anymore.
Well, you do know what they say. Life is so much better after a big poo.
And the last one, it wasn't a big circle. It was a straight line.
See, all the weight's gone, so it's moving faster. Or it was an exclamation mark.
Yes. My spirit animal is shitting bear.
Oh, he must be one of those colonialism. I'm going to upset Asians. I do apologize.
I have to finish the last part of the bear shit story.
Yeah. Okay.
So about 5 days later, I saw the bear that was shitting everywhere. And it didn't look well. You could just tell it didn't look well. And I ended
was it something he had ate?
I don't know. I ended up talking to some of my other neighbors. And so this bear on a regular basis shits in people's front doors. Okay. And their welcome mats, everything.
Ah. Yeah,
Yes.
I wonder if there's a spiritual angle to that, or the bear's just a bastard.
He's just a bastard bear.
Yeah. Build a dwelling near my dwelling.
Exactly.
Oh, there you go.
I laughed. I must have laughed for 5 or 6 weeks about the bear shitting on the front of my driveway, and then the long streak at the end. What's the universe telling me? What's it telling me?
So you could twist with that, like, you know. And the weird thing is, I live on the 13th floor in Manhattan.
Who cleaned it up? I did. A snow shovel.
Yeah, I was about to say a snow shovel and a big hose while standing upwind. I wonder, because my cat, I don't know if she was actually sick or she was trying to tell me something, but she ate all her food, and then I'm sitting here and I hear this, and everything she just ate just came back up again. And like, are you trying to communicate with me, or are you actually ill? But with the bear, it probably ate a wrong berry, and it's gone, nope, everyone out, one exit.
The bear went on a cleanse. Yes, I asked that too, and I asked the universe, what are you telling me? A bear shitting on my driveway.
And what was your answer? Just giggling,
laughter, many different forms of, hey, maybe there's something you need to clean out,
nothing. Just that's the answer.
That's the universe, like, this will fuck with him. This will fuck with him for years.
Yeah. You're doing shamanistic ceremony, you're at the fire, and you tap into your higher self and source and the prime creator, and the response is nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
What? You bastard! I can see why everyone calls you he. Yeah.
Yes, Mr. He Universe.
Oh, all that is, was, and will be is being male again.
Yes. He's been a little chauvinistic.
No, I will not go back to the kitchen. He was on. And every time they say shit, it's golly.
So I'm like 8 years old, and finally my dad didn't care if they started swearing that much, otherwise they would have to do it. And so I'd be doing the dishes, and they'd be over there, all the guys doing their cook talk stuff, and they'd be full on jive, this, that, and some of the most strangest subject matters. I'm like, I gotta process that. What? What? Something with Jello, a biscuit, and your penis?
Yeah, I could see how light language would be easy for you after that.
Yes.
Oh no, I speak jive. Oh, sit down, my brother. This will be easy.
Yes, and then every now and then they'd find Jesus again because their mother was coming in, and then it went from nasty jive talk to Jesus talk. Jesus has blessed the food.
One question that does pop up though is, now I know we don't talk about Jesus or Yeshua or Elron or whatever.
Elron, Joshua Hubbard.
Yeah.
Jesus Hubbard, Joshua.
Yeah, the elf from the Lord of the Ring films.
Yes.
One thing it may be mentioned once in, like, when they did like the greatest story ever told, when they made those biblical films, they just say, and Satan was thrown out of heaven, and then something else happened, and they go back. Wait, what do you mean Satan was thrown out of heaven? There was a rebellion. Go on. No, that's all. Like, it doesn't explain how Lucifer was thrown out and banished and everything else like that. Because that sounds like a good story. You think they would make movies about that, but no. It's like, and then Jeebus turned up.
Tracy, we understand it's allegorical. We are intending to offend. Gotcha. Yes.
Or am I mixing up my versions of heaven?
You're mixing your heavens up, yes.
That's my cunning plan. But yeah, I just felt,
Lana, Satan has nothing to do with the Galactic Ascension machine. He was an allegory made up long, about 2,000 years ago.
Oh yeah, cool. Because like I find it amusing in the heavy metal world where yeah, we love you all in the crowd, but you pretend to be Satanists. Like the whole yeah, or the we're fighting against the church, so we'll just start believing in Satan. I love Weird Al Yankovic, the way that he applies comedy and music, where there seems to be a joke every line, and there's such comedic mastery. He's a master at doing that, and he's been going for over 40 years. He keeps winning Grammys. No one else can do the same thing he does.
No one can do it. And yeah. some of his stuff are like when he redid Michael Jackson's song "Beat It to Eat It." Mm-hmm. Oh my God, that to me back then it crowned him as the king of comedy, musical comedy.
Michael liked him. He actually, Fat, the video, that is all the same actors and the same set. Michael got everyone in there to do it, and that's why it's so exact, because Michael loved because he could see the humor in it.
Well, the thing is, Weird Al never remade a song if the person didn't approve of it.
Yes, that's why he never used Prince.
Yes.
And he was kind of upset about that. Amish Paradise, he was told he could do it, and then Coolio came out and started giving him grief. And he's like, well, I thought I could, and it's one of his biggest hits.
Yes, Amish Paradise was fucking hilarious. Hilarious.
Oh, that foil instead of royal, that's almost disclosure, because when he researches something, he really researches something. I think I even learned I learned new stuff from that, where he's just taking the piss out of conspiracy, and then the certain people in conspiracy world is like, no, he's telling the truth.
Yeah. So Monty, let's touch on taking the piss out of some of the modern newsy subjects today.
All right, where do you want to start? Because you just
clown. You have dubbed it Clown World. So all the clowns have assembled with their makeup, and they're getting in and out of their little clown cars. And what clown would you like to talk about first?
Oh, I want to do, let's hit both sides of the political spectrum, left wing, right wing, which is the brain. Yeah, it's just like, do you want a creepy old man as your president, or do you want a creepy old man as your president? It's really weird.
They're two different kinds of creep, though.
I know, yeah. They're in the creep union, but one's Taoist and the other one's Taoist.
Creep Taoist.
Yeah. And well, I think he wants to masks will be mandatory. How is he going to sniff anyone's hair?
It'll just make it even more freaky.
Yeah, it's like he'll probably just breathe in a lot and then pass out.
He'll pull his mask down. Come here so I can sniff you.
Yeah.
Usually at the 1 hour mark, we put it up a little layer, and we tend to offend at another layer. All right, everybody, get your offenses down. And what shall we offend next?
Oh,
the status quo. Somebody said, make fun. We are making fun of the status quo all the time.
Why? They're a great band. How dare you? They're still touring. Well, they could, yes.
For everyone, I just got a message from Valerie. I know you got to stick up your ass. Let's pull it out. Come on, Valerie, pull it out. Come on.
Remember the show where we took the piss out of the Greys, which was fantastic, and I enjoyed it. I realized, like, if we make fun of all these ascended masters and everything else like that, if they get offended by it, not the audience, but all the ascended masters, they're not really ascended, because they know it's just comedy, and they're part of all the ones. Just it's the power of comedy.
Oh boy. I just got like 45 private messages in a row. Oh, Clown World. Even in the chat room, we've got Clown World. Everybody's make fun of the Babylonian money magic system. No. Oh, it's so easy to do that.
Scarecrow. Yeah.
All right, everybody. If you want to tell us a joke, tell us something funny, add to the comedy scenario. And we've got one person raise their hand. Wow, one person, two people with courage to raise their hand.
You sound like the Count from Sesame Street. One person. Two persons.
I used to, on Rev Radio, I used to do that when the caller wouldn't answer. One, two, three, you're gone. Next.
I think someone in the last 12 months they put up they've actually got when they lost $20 trillion or something like that. We have an expert to come in and actually help out the fiscal management, and it's the Count.
Yes.
let me help you out. One secret space program. Two secret space programs.
So I'm gonna make a statement here based off of the Joker, Jack Nicklaus. This world needs an enema.
Wet and wild, Jerry. Wet and wild.
This world needs an enema. It needs to get rid of some of its shit. It's holding on to the traumas of the past. Okay, we get that now. But ultimately, what can an individual human being do to affect change? There are a limited number of subject matters which they can do to affect change.
Not yet. we'll let you out of your little what's the toddler cage? You know, when you put a baby in a cage thing. You know, well, you know, they've got the
crib. I don't know what it's a crib.
Well, no, not the crib. When they're unless when it's in the middle of the lounge room and there's
play
like the bars.
The play.
There you go.
Put a baby in a cage. That's really funny. It is a cage. It is a cage.
That's what I mean.
It is a pen.
Yeah. Let's have a look at the free range children today. Yeah.
You got a little zapper collars on them next.
Yeah, I can see, if we had provocateurs in the chat, it's like, I'm going to clip that. That guy wants to put babies in cages. You've been doing it since however long, And the baby leash, that's not demeaning, is it?
Oh my God. I have so many baby leash stories. When I was 18, I worked at a coffee shop in a mall, and I was a manager, and so I had to do a whole bunch of stuff. And I would see like the first sets of leashes coming out. So they got like a harness around them and like something that looks like a spiral phone cord. And the kid would run full blast, and then they'd run out of room and they'd fall down. Or they'd run in between people's legs and trip 25, 30 people over at once. Those things need to be outlawed. They are so dangerous for the parents and the kids and everyone else.
Yeah, if I ever see one, I'm going to go up and say, is that your attack child? Is that why it's on a leash?
But we would see the mall do some of the dumbest things. I mean, just the most dumbest things that people would get hurt on.
Mm.
It's like, oh, that's a great idea. Let's take a pool right in front of a door with a 1 foot lip.
Well, that's the humanity. Like you're aware of the Darwin Awards.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't care. It's a good story. I don't think they won, which I find fascinating. But there's one guy who wanted to kill himself. And so he buys a gun, gets a rope, gets some pills, goes up to a cliff, and he ties the rope around a tree and puts the rope around his neck. He takes the pills so he can overdose, puts the shotgun in his mouth, and then he jumps off the cliff. What do you think happened?
He lived.
No. He shoots the rope, falls down into the water, throws up the pills, and dies of hypothermia 2 weeks later. Now, I don't know if it's true or not. It sounds like an urban thing, but still, that's the level we're talking about. Where that's not real. That's not possible. I laughed. She laughed. My son laughed. Siri laughed. Alexa laughed.
Exactly.
Like even Samsung with one of their TVs, it's in the manual. Things recorded by the microphone on the television may be sent to third parties.
Yes.
Like, oh, I'm sorry, what?
Why do televisions need microphones?
Humans are lazy. So they can actually try and use voice. Well, we kind of know why, so they can record everything. Let's see. I want to see if I can use the algorithm for everyone listening to their computer. Fishing rods. And get back to me to see how many fishing rod ads come up on your Facebook.
But whenever I finish shows with any show, all my ads change.
Yeah.
Let me tell you that. Okay? All my ads change.
Yeah.
And they reflect what I talk about on the show.
I've done that where
the other day I talked about hypnotherapy. All my ads changed to hypnotherapy ads.
Canoes, just trying to freak the algorithm out. Yeah, even with Facebook, like you sent me a video by somebody, and I watched it. It was like, oh yeah, fair enough. He hasn't gone away. Like,
yes.
He's always like, it's in the algorithm. Like, I don't care.
Every now and then I'll game the YouTube algorithm, and I'll go and watch a bunch of videos about World War I and World War II guns. These are like 5 and 7 minute. It's about a gun historian, and then all of a sudden they'll think I'm a right-wing gun guy, and then I'll go watch a bunch of videos on Democrats, and then it'll change, and then it can't figure me out. Welcome, everyone, to another adventure into getting the computer to motherfucking work today. Today is the motherfucking comedy show, because I'm swearing like a beach right now, because today has been an awful internet day today. We intend to offend with this show. So if you have a serious stick up this ass, please X the screen or hit Control F5 and you will be out of here. Welcome once again, my intrepid comedic co-host, Monty Dean.
Hello from the future, because I'm in Australia and it's 5 degrees Celsius or 40 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm ready to laugh just to survive.
Just to survive. Burn a few extra calories while you're freezing your ass off.
Yep. I can't wait till the planet realigns and we're just, tropical summer for eternity. That's my goal. And if not, I'll find it. There's 4 billion star systems in the galaxy. I'll find a planet I like. I'm sure.
You'll find one. You'll find one that'll fit what you're looking for.
Exactly. Yeah.
It might have some Dracos on it, but you can get rid of them.
Well, people call them problems. I call them challenges.
Yes, everybody LGBTQDs.
Reptilian rights have been suppressed for eons, and quite frankly, we need to shut up, you stupid lizard. Apparently, the Washington Redskins are changing their name to Lizards because that's more representative of the people in Washington, D.C.
Pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
So why don't you do the comedic overview of what has happened and what has been talked about?
Well, on Thursday's show, which was Friday morning, and I'll stop doing that because time's an illusion. It's also a pain in the ass because, hey, good afternoon. It's like 8 a.m. in the morning. What are you talking about? The callers you had were awesome. The time traveler, I'm like, hey, all right, I know you. Well, I've seen you at the meetings, where I came up with the concept. Your body is a TARDIS. It's bigger on the inside, and spiritually that works. If you think about it.
Yes, you have an infinite amount of space within inside your body to make mistakes. Fill it up with traumas.
Yes, a master of limitation, and we enjoy that we're over that now. So, and also you mentioned how lockdown. I'm not calling it a scamdemic or a plandemic or an epidemic, or big words I can't spell. It's lockdown. That's what we're in. So I'm hello from lockdown 2, lock harder. Yay, Victoria.
Lockdown 2, lock harder, starring Monty Dean.
How can the same thing happen to the same guy twice?
It's not a repeat. It's a reboot.
Yeah. See, history doesn't repeat, it rhymes. Thank you, Mr. Twain. Swain. Let's see.
We had Arcturians. We had Arcturians.
Oh yeah, yes, yeah. That's we also you're talking about the crystals and the markets and eBay and everything else like that. Oh, yes, Jamie, I have used "Will you be my quarantine?" I used that in March. It's a great line. Will you be my quarantine? That's the problem about dating in this world today, because it's not a commitment or 12 hours. It's like, do I want to spend 2 weeks with this person? Even if you just meet at a bar. Lockdown with a vengeance.
Lockdown 3. Lockdown with a vengeance, starting Monty Dean.
Yeah, that will be September. You're talking about how everyone is selling crystals and the prices are disproportionate. And I came up with the term Gemageddon. I know. It's called
Whoa. And you hear what Trump is doing now? Instead of having all of the COVID data being sent direct to the CDC, it's being sent to him first so he can edit it before it's sent to the CDC.
When was the first time you said that reality is going to turn into or media is going to turn into the Three Stooges?
2013.
Yeah. And I've just added to it where that stop that, Robert. I've added it's bred with a Monty Python sketch.
Yes.
And it's just like you have to laugh. It's very Australian, the Southern philosophy that's like, bad things. It's very hard to live in Australia just naturally because everything wants to kill you. But the trick is to just like go, that's where the Australian apathy comes from. Like, yeah, okay, fine. But it's if you can find the right position and see how everything is a joke.
So everyone, we are in the metaphorical high school cafeteria. Come sit at the cool kids table.
Yeah, it's like, hey,
what's up?
Been watching a lot of
Is that chocolate milk?
Are you going to have your pudding?
Exactly. Trade you.
Yes. I don't know how to make fun of the Arcturians because it's like, well, apart from where have you been? Right here, like, oh, that's on me. You should have T-shirts, Andrew. It's me, isn't it? So,
and on the other side, it wasn't me.
It was another me.
It was another simultaneous me.
Yeah. That's right. I've got a whiteboard, but the brain won't do. So with the I feel better about myself. Like the solar plexus was amping up and everything else. Like, but you could see in the chat room as well, everyone was tapping into the energy and going off like a frog in a sock in a fry pan. And how was it from the Arcturian point of view? It was like, well, it's about time, or it's like, oh, this is also because it's an energy exchange, isn't it? So they're tapping into humanity's energy. Yeah.
Well, I didn't give them any forewarning. So when I dialed their digits, there was some coffee being spilt, pagers going off. Exactly. What the fuck? They're talking to us. Oh shit! They woke up.
We're on the night shift, you bastards.
Exactly. So some notes had to be going up to the higher ups to wake a bunch of people up.
What now? The bar.
Well, and he's live. Ah, shit.
This is not just like so. It's a one-on-one thing. No,
is he just crank calling us again? Yes.
Hello, you have reached the high command of the Arcturians. Yeah, we're going live. Oh, fuck.
So once their pagers and stuff went on, and they got the intention of what I was trying to do, which is to use the show as a medium to understand how to create first contact, second contact communication. They brought a bunch of other beings and energy frequencies there just to hold the light. But because I tend to keep things light, keep things moving, keep things comical, it was one of these rolling frequencies of joy and energy that people could palpably begin to feel.
Yeah, that's sort of what I felt where I think the connection was made, and then I, like, the old style radios where you use the knob and you just tweak the frequency. And so I went into that, and I'm like, ooh. But I'm a watcher, so I'm in the cafeteria. I'm at my own table going, hey.
So for tonight's show, I'm going to page the Arcturians. Ring a ding ding, ring a ding ding. So they're in our green room right now.
Live from Pluto.
Live from just beyond Pluto. Exactly. We're going to bring them in a little bit. And this is a collective of Arcturian comedians. And Monty and I, but before the show, we're joking they're just here to steal our jokes.
Yeah, it's like, you can't write. You're not human. You have no idea how to write material like this. But I just find it, because from my perspective that I've seen a lot of higher frequency spiritual types. I'll name check Bashar, not the leader of Syria. That's my joke. I have to point that in. It's not the guy from Syria. It's like,
he's not the genocidal maniac from Syria.
Yeah, he's not a six-dimensional being, or is he? There's a sense of humor. Like even Yeshua, Jesus, with like he can make a whole congregation. He had to do stand-up. Like that's the thing that's not there's no jokes in the Bible. There's no humor in the Bible. But when you work a crowd, there would still at least be even people like vicars from the pulpit. There's humor there. And that's what I've noticed with higher frequency, especially when we do our roasting of alien races. We find out if they're good or bad, because the good ones is like, oh yes, that's funny. You won't evolve, but you're funny. The other ones just get really angry. It's like,
yes, because when you start roasting something, you put them on the spot right away, and they don't like being put on the spot right away.
Yes, so it'd be interesting to see. Like I jokingly, I need gigs. That's why what's the touring comedy be like? So we'll find out when they turn up, I guess.
So we're gonna be having an Arcturian Netflix special.
How many Dracos does it take to enslave a planet? 15. No, that's Archons. Yeah, shit.
All right. Oh God. Now, something else before we get into bringing the Arcturians, I wanted to talk about Iran. Has people been paying attention to the mystery explosions that have been going on all over their country, at their missile facilities, their nuclear facilities?
Yeah, someone mentioned it was like a cyber war or something to do with the internet or something. I'm aware of it, but I haven't. I just read headlines and then forget half of them, because it's like I'm not reading that with all clickbait. But 14 signs you're an Arcturian. No. Why? Anyway, so yeah, what is happening with? Is it Iran or Iran?
In Iran. So do you remember the Chinese city of Tianjin that had an explosion in its port in 2014?
Yeah. No.
Well, let's just say what is going on in Iran is the same thing that happened in 2014, because Tianjin at that time had China's top internet security database system there, master hub to the internet, everything.
Oh, okay, so they centralized the security, which kind of makes sense. But if you get past all the firewalls and light a match, it's that balance of like, awesome, we can defend everything, but if someone gets through, we lose everything.
Well, the thing is, what's being done is stolen cyber technology from America is being used by very negative Iranians who are trying to kick the mullahs out. And the mullahs at the same time are using stolen American cyber equipment to get this secondary faction out. So they're cyber warfaring them between themselves right now.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
In Ireland, they would be called the Troubles.
The Troubles.
That's so Irish. It's like we've had a civil war for 30 years. We'll just call it the Troubles. All right.
Yeah, it explained it all. It has to do with alcohol and religion.
We don't want to talk about it. It's the same God in the same sectarian violence. Anyway, go ahead. So they're having an internal war, obviously. Is it
an internal war, one to become more hardliner and one to stay the hardline that they're at.
Yeah, which it's interesting where you, as an outsider, like you want to free the people, but then you're against Iran, and this is, you flip between we have to attack Iran, but not all of Iran, just the crappy bit, and blah 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 blah. blah. And you turn into a CIA agent, basically.
Well, there's other things that are going on. There are very wealthy Iranians who want Iran to come out of the dark ages, but know that the current political situation just isn't allowing it to happen. And many of them are now seizing the opportunity when there's a secret war going on inside there to prepare, let's just say, their own version of Cloudland to happen.
They may have seen how China's opened up after the last 30 years.
Yeah,
because but China is sort of like, we should bad accent, and it's probably going to be highly offensive. We should let capitalism in so that people will not destroy us. Just remembering all those Zen jokes you were saying. I have a Tibetan monk friend. He loves takeaway, but he's not a fan of the Chinese.
No, he's not a friend of the Chinese. All right. Why don't Buddhists use vacuum clean? Why don't Buddhists vacuum their corners?
Don't spiritually, or
because they have no attachments.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Well. Hey, I hear reincarnation is making a comeback.
I actually shared a meme where this two Buddhist monks are talking to each other, and they're laughing their heads off. They're in the good Zen, and it's like, and then she said, "You only live once."
Exactly. And this, the ghosts of your failed relationships are speaking to you through your iTunes shuffle.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. I remember a housemate of mine broke up with his girlfriend, and he listened to the same Hootie and the Blowfish song 200 times a day.
All right, I got one more I'm going to throw out there. This is for all the girls out there. You all complain about guys using for sex, but sex is awesome. Start bitching when they use you for laundry, cooking, and as a human shield.
Yeah, because I'm a man.
If they're using you for laundry, cooking, and a human shield, come on.
And there could be a mother attachment as well.
Exactly, there could be a mama attachment there. Okay?
Yes, I'm not your mother.
And this is for all the light workers. Your job is not floating around a cloud of positive affirmation and tossing glitter and rainbows out your ass. That is not your job.
Yeah, because you'll get bills, all right? You have to pay the bills, which come in form. It's all, it comes down to form. All about forms.
Remember, light workers, your job is not floating on a cloud of positive affirmations, tossing glitter and rainbows out your ass. That is not your job.
I've been trying to write a light bulb light worker joke, and I couldn't really think of one. It's like, well, they just walk into a room, don't they? You don't need a light bulb.
Now, how many ascended masters does it take to change a light bulb?
I don't know.
None. It's the light worker's job.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It's like light worker pickup giants. Is that my reflection in your pants?
Since we're all one, do you want to come back to my house and masturbate?
Exactly. Now, if anybody's in the chat room and has some really good one-liner light worker jokes, one-liner pickup jokes, please go ahead and put them in the chat room right now. If I could shoot rainbows out my ass while riding a cloud, you'd be a millionaire. Yes, or you'd be a fake light worker.
Or have a reality TV, which is, remember when reality TV was called a documentary?
Yes.
Yeah.
Before it was scripted reality TV.
Yeah. And most of those, I think, they're all game shows. That's not reality TV. It's a game show.
Yeah, they're all game shows, is right.
Because I watched the very first season of Big Brother in Australia, and the housemates had no idea what was going on outside, strangely enough. And from a scientific point of view, it's like, oh, okay, this is how 12 people, and you're filming everything. But when the housemates got out, they saw the results of how popular they were, and they were, that was part of the scientific experiment as well. The thing is, in the next season, anyone that went in knew how everything was going to work, and it just turned into a game show. And it's like, well, I want to be popular, and I need a job, and I think I'm popular. But the first season was interesting from a scientific point of view. The second season was shit.
So what is scientific about reality TV?
Well,
I love it when people, I'm using the scientific point of view, but I don't really know what that means.
Well, there is that as well, where like, get me out of here, I'm a celebrity. Well, clearly you're not a celebrity.
You're not a celebrity yet.
Yeah, because you came on this show to try and get more attention. You're a failed celebrity.
No, you're not even a one-hit wonder celebrity yet.
Yeah. So which reminds me of
you're mid B list.
Oh, that's high because there's like I don't know who the guy is. Like really, I don't know. Nick Cannon or whatever, where he was fired for being racist. Oh, I'm gonna have
Bill Gates bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Thank you, Robert.
I feel ill. I don't know if you saw Nick Cannon where he was talking to Professor Griff, ex-Public Enemy, and he was saying that because of melanin, the black people are better than everyone else. Whites are subhuman and they're savages and everything else like that. I think he mentioned Hebrews once, and he gets fired for being anti-Semitic. But all the racism against white people, that's fine. And there's an element of comedy all through that where it's like he apologized to the Jewish people for being racist, but the whole hate whitey rhetoric was totally fine. It's like, okay, yeah.
That's awesome. I want to read something here from the chat room from Shiloh G. My boyfriend and I thought we were woke, but then we found Laura Eisenhower, Andrew Bartzis, and realized we were only diet woke. Oh, that's right, diet woke. You're vegetarian woke.
Yeah, I share woke is a mental disease. The idea is to be awake, and it's a very fine line.
I want to give a shout out to Dale. I'm in a really good place spiritually, so fuck off. Namaste. Hell yeah.
Going into that swearing revocation. Fucking yeah, well, we've talked about that before, where it's like there's like a ladder of awakening, where if you wake up to the financial side or whatever, and then but I'm awakened spiritually. Oh, who's this Galactic Historian guy? Oh, for sweet fuck no.
Yes, my spiritual download is better than your spiritual download. Me.
Yeah, I've got the T-shirt, and it's just like, do you know you're a multi-dimensional being? It's like, yeah, no, you don't. You don't realize there's 47 versions of just you, and then there's soul fragments all through space and time.
This kind of lines up with what Vasilin just said in the chat room. My oversoul is trolling my soul, my soul shards. So how does an oversoul troll its broken pieces? Look at you down there, all broken up, not doing anything. Stand up on your own 2 feet. Oh, you don't got feet, do you?
Stop blocking yourself. Stop blocking yourself. Stop blocking yourself. Stop blocking yourself.
I'm more fucking dimensional than you are.
I'm wanted on 16 systems. Star Wars.
I wanted on 5,000 dimensions.
And remember, kids, once you get into 5D, the first thing that happens, you're handed a 6D bus pass. Yes. You spend an age going, what the fuck is this?
You spend an eternity going, why did I get why did I get a bus pass?
Wait, there's buses? Why is there a bus?
5D buses? Wait, are there bus drivers? Are there 5D bus drivers?
Are those, are they self-driving?
Are there homeless people still in 5D buses?
Does the bus smell? Thank you, Melissa. Where's the bus? Where's the bus stop?
Where's
How many
the
routes
bus?
are there?
Exactly. Where do we get more bus passes from? I have one bus pass. That's it.
What? It's 6D, but so in 5D I can't use it. What's the point of this fucking bus pass? So there you go. That's just my 5D joke. Where it's like, what?
All right. I think we've done enough setup to bring in the Octurians and 40 minutes of live comedy. I think we got one person to spit out their tea under their computer. We're doing good.
Oh yeah. Now the Octurians.
I spit my orange juice out on one of them.
Yeah. Was that out of laughing or disgust?
Oh, it was laughing. It was good.
All right, fair enough. I was just checking. Now with the Octurians, here in Australia, we like to shorten everything and put an O. So will they be upset if I call them the Octos?
Yes. They'll be terribly upset. Half of them are gonna leave because it's racist.
Sucks.
We are Arcturians. Get it right.
The Turians? Oh yeah. Well, I'm an Earther, so yeah. Oh, actually, how long have I been on this planet?
A long fucking time.
Well, yeah, I suppose. Explains why I'm tired. It's like, I think I'm like, if I was in the Bible, I would be called a watcher. Guess what I do?
You watch.
Yeah, yeah. I love that gag. Yeah, it just sometimes you put jokes in for yourself. I'm a watcher. Guess what I do? I don't know.
What do you do, watcher? Please explain to me. How
exactly
do you watch? Do you gain points when you watch?
Sometimes, and sometimes I miss the point.
Is it competitive watching?
It could be from now on. I watch better. I use my eyesight way more than you, son. So I've been watching since I was a child.
When you get a watching goal, do you run around and go, "Wogole"?
Well, the irony is when you retire, they give you a gold watch.
A gold watch? Whoa.
Yeah, I know. But because it's a multi-dimensional one, it's like, is this a timepiece or
Alrighty. So. Let me tune in the frequencies. All right. Monty Dean, you are the MC for this short moment here. So introduce the Octurian Collective.
From the outer beyond, from Arcturus. Great chaps. Have a wonderful sense of humor. Please come back. Sorry about the Octo stuff. And I believe there is a ship just on the other side of Pluto. And since they're there, we can find out, is Pluto a dwarf star? Is that not PC? Not a dwarf star, a dwarf planet, or just a planet? I mean, that's the wonderful thing about science. They've been arguing over the size of Pluto for 5 to 10 years. It's like, have you found anything? No.
Pluto existed and then it didn't exist. It existed, then it didn't exist.
Does this planetary body make me fat? Yeah.
Size does not matter. It is in your astrology. That is all that. It is part of your creator world.
Yes, that is true. And remember, don't trust atoms. They make up everything. And some of them are unstable. I just want to point that out.
Well, with those unstable atoms, one must worry a little bit because your world started with an atom.
Yeah.
Who gave away a rib.
That's an O, not an A. Oh, yeah. So if the world's full of that, so antimatter is Eve's?
Yes. But shh, don't tell anyone that truth.
Bringing balance to the force once again. So so what type of ship is it? Just a round glowing sphere?
No, it is an oblong ship, about 3/4 of a mile long. It's got some small wing-like protrusions on it, and it's got a gymnasium. It's got a little orchestra hall. It's got about 40,000 people that live on it.
So they're one notch up.
Well, think of it like a giant apartment building with restaurants and exercise places.
So they're not
little tiny ships.
They're not our physical Sorry.
No, they have physical living spaces and non-physical living spaces.
Okay. So they're slightly higher up in physicality, or
they're roughly the same size of us, but they can manifest bodies at will, multiples at will.
Oh, okay. So they can enter the 3D, or is it 4D?
3, 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Ooh. Oh, okay. So yeah, that sort of answers the question, because we're stuck on this physical plane, but they can enter it if they choose to. All right, that makes sense. Because if you're a light body, what do you need a gym for?
It's to maintain the body's good looks when you are inside the body. Otherwise, they get a bunch of fat Arcturians. And that has been a problem with their species, who come and enjoy all these wonderful calorie-rich foods all over, and then they put their bodies in storage. Then they get back in their body and they eat a bunch of shit because they're really, really tasty frequencies. And then they put it back into storage, and they come back and they're fat.
Yeah, that's so human. So that kind of makes sense.
Therefore, they must regularly exercise the bodies.
Yeah,
and there are some Arcturians who go from other person's body to body and constantly are exercising other bodies, kind of like dog walkers.
Nice. Yeah. Thank you, Alison. The true meaning of fat storage.
You want to know what they eat? Everything, because everything's as an experience. They've had, your mom's chicken soup from 5,000 different worlds. It's not chicken on that world.
Yeah. So that's the joy of, because this is not, we're going back to that level. That's the interesting part of things. Is like, instead of like, we're not breaking new ground and we're this is a first time. We're remembering, but it's in a new way. And yeah, I'm confusing myself. That's so human as well.
They're like, well, soon you will evolve beyond that, human. Soon you will not have those moments where your consciousness just lapsed back into no reason.
I just had a thought then. It was like, people are going to miss certain things, like, but I like crying, and I like being depressed, and I want to fill out forms.
Yes, we see how addicted we see how addicted your species is to beating itself and self-deprecating.
Yeah. Masters of Limitation. So I'm sure they have a holodeck within that program.
They're saying grandmasters of limitations.
We're so limited, we refuse the title. No, I'm not. Ah, dearie me. Well, yeah. Do they listen to music? Like, because I'm from the heavy metal world, and I still have an image of me being sixth dimension and still listening to Slayer.
So they are brought up on music. Like, when they're babies in the womb, they're hearing music. When they're first born, when their first words they speak are songs being sung. They're brought up on. By the time they're young children, they can play 30 different instruments, and by the time they're adults, they can play 1,000 different instruments. Everything is musical. Their language is musical. Their math is musical. I'll use musical harmony. So yes, they are musical beings.
But what type of music though? Because like, people asking about dubstep. Is dubstep still a thing? Psytrance.
They have taken music from tens of millions of different cultures. Beats, rhythm, concepts, sounds, everything you could possibly think of, and created an Arcturian musical algorithm that can take beats, rhythms, and sounds from other dimensions, time streams, universes, and frequencies, and allow it to be an American dubstep, a British dubstep, because they can mix and remix. And a big part of their culture interaction is using remixed music from other worlds to say, we figured out parts of your culture.
Yeah, okay, yeah. But yeah, being a metal, yeah, it's just because like, yeah,
they're not that big, they're not that big into death metal rock.
Yeah,
there are the few emo Arcturians.
Yeah, I'm not a big death metal fan, but there's a subgenre called melodic death metal, and there's a band called Scar Symmetry who talk about New World Order and spirituality and everything else like that. But I don't really like the aliens land and like, I'm like, oh, all right. But it's not okay. So you're saying that in other alien cultures, metal is still metal, if you know what I mean. It's like it's the outsider type of.
So there are some
groups.
cultures. There are some cultures where it's skewed differently. Like American country is considered metal to them.
Yeah.
Because they start with a very different soft music. Like, you ever listen to traditional Japanese music?
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
It's freaky compared to a lot of the rest of the world's music.
Mm-hmm.
And then you combine modern anime and old Japanese stuff, you have a completely brand new concept. So there are some cultures where, country, talking about your dog and your truck and your girlfriend, that's their version of metal.
Yeah. We don't listen to this. He depressed. So, that's interesting. Yeah. So,
right.
Yeah. Oh, now with the awakening, do we remember everything, or do we awaken to our potential, and then we can go explore as new, if that makes sense?
Both.
So a choice.
Yeah.
So,
well,
okay. Yeah.
It's you have different graduations to your awakening too.
Yeah. Okay.
So how if you don't grade your awakening, like an A and an A minus.
Extra points on bong smoking. Yeah.
So somebody's gonna ask, do they smoke weed? They do, yes, and they have their own version of it. But Earth stuff has a very unique frequency to it.
Yeah, this Arcturian Kush is awesome. It would make sense, yeah, because if everything's fractalized, I'm sure if you go to Sirius, they have their own sibling, mushrooms.
Mm-hmm. So somebody is asking, do they get sick? Not in the traditional sense. There may be some DNA malfunctions that can create a sickness, but they can get soul sick from seeing disasters and other stuff like that can put them into a spiritual melancholy that can last thousands of years, that can reduce their light.
So, a distortion came to mind for me.
Yeah, and then there are times where very unique viruses, such as COVID here, can affect them, even though they don't need bodies. It forces them into a body and go through the karmic resolution.
I remember you saying that there's an element of COVID-19 which is it's a time traveler aspect of the virus, and it sort of leads to David Icke's like, there is no virus. It's like, well, there's no way of detecting the virus now in our small limited technology, because people keep dying. I mean, the true deaths, not like, fell out of a plane, died from COVID, because it's all been manipulated and stuff like that. But it's, for me, it's very infectious. That much we know, and people get sick, and apparently that people have been very sick of it. That they don't die, but they're curled up in a ball in their bed for 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you wish to die because the body is beat. And then you want to wear masks, which fucks with your immune system. So we'll get to that later.
So what they want right now is for the audience to ask comical situations about their cultures. Again, this collective is a bunch of Arcturian comedians that have been on every stand-up comedians on every major world. Ask something that you would never ask in another serious show, because this is not a serious show. And for all of you that have just logged in, oh, this is a serious show. This is not a serious show. I can still use my talents for a non-serious purpose.
Yeah, I usually do it on free-to-air public airwaves, so I really don't care. I'm not hiding anything. Like, have a conversation like this. I'm not. Yeah, it's like, okay. World domination.
Here's one from Claire's. Do they get embarrassed about stupid shit like foot and mouth? Yes. All the time they make wrong statements about whole bunches of things. And do they stub their metaphorical energy body toes? Yes. They can be in an energy body and run into something that has energy body resistance technology, go slam, and then they end up with an energy body bruise or a broken bone.
I've hung out with comedians, as you do, because that's what, like in the green room. And I just try to imagine a collective of comedians on one ship. Because, like, okay, what should we do? 20 minutes later, all right, that was very funny, but what should we do? We're under attack. By what? Blah, blah, blah. Everyone's just probably trying to outdo each other comedically.
So do they shower every day? No. Most of them, every time they recreate a body, that their body is a self-cleansing body.
That'll be because I'm kind of I think it's that being old, or I remember, or this part of my soul shard, or whatever it is in my ishness now. Some days I really hate food. Like, it's the routine. Like, I have to wash myself now. I have to eat food now. Can't I go for a month and just be?
So here's one from Arab. What's it like to have sex with just a light body? Very enlightening. Wah, 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 wah.
It's not that heavy.
There's a few of them going back there. How do we really answer this one?
It's just like fireworks.
Think of your fantasy world, and then you can increase size and girth, and the person with you can increase their capacity to take size and girth, or you could have octopus type frequencies. You need not 1, 2, 3, or 4 holes or insertion devices.
So amoeba porn, where it's like 2 cells.
Yes.
Oh, it's the other way around, really. It's 1 cell and then it divides.
Yes, they have their own version of kink. And that is when they go to multiple races and look at their dating rituals, sexual rituals, and try to combine what thousands of different species do in a light body format, and to see how fun it can be.
Now, it is all the, I don't like the word race. Species makes sense, because like on Earth there's one race, it's human, and then people are like, oh, you're black and you're brown and you're red and you're yellow. You're all human, and you prove that. Is there interspecial, like, are there half breeds? Like,
yes, it's very common with amongst a lot of species.
Oh, okay. Because I'm just probably thinking from a human point of view. It's like, so if I make love to a Draco,
if you don't get eaten, you might be okay.
Okay, because like, if you got humanoids which probably have similar organs to multiply, but a ball of gas and a blob, and maybe it's just the comedic mind losing its mind. Like, but how do you like the guy from Mallrats, where he's talking to Stan Lee about Superman's sex life, but if he ejaculates, how does Lois contain the My question is about Superman. Who cuts his hair? Because it grows.
Super barber.
Exactly, because I'm watching Man of Steel going, this is awesome. He's still got the same haircut from 20 years ago. Who cuts that? And with what?
Are Arcturians funnier than us? From their own statement, no. We have comical things here that have made some Arcturians almost die with laughter.
Mm.
But earlier in their species history, there were some debacles of experiences where they were trying to help some species out of some difficult things, and no matter what they could do, it always went wrong. So they have multidimensional comedy. They understand how the universe can resist things. And then there are just situations where you get the wrong personalities running the wrong plan, who don't really understand a culture, and it becomes devolved into just comical actions upon actions, where suddenly other observers are simply laughing their ass off. No matter how density of a species you are, the universe will come in and fuck your plans up.
So like almost Monty Python farce. Whereas
beyond that.
Yeah, beyond that. Okay.
Beyond that, yeah.
Yeah, you know how to write a soap opera where you have a situation and you have one character make the wrong choice, and then for the next 24 minutes they continually make the wrong choice.
Yep.
Yeah, and so but if you
that is common in their elder history.
See, that's the fun part. Like the transition, the change, the awakening and stuff. You still want to have a little bit of mystery, and you don't want to remember everything. To me, like going to different civilizations, like you have a soul chart here. Oh, and then you discover it from a human point of view. You don't want to be you're Arcturian, and then thump, your entire experience of being Arcturian comes back, because it's like you'll just sit there remembering instead of actually exploring.
Yes. So somebody is asking, can you go visit their ship? And they'll simply say, do you have your papers?
Peppers, please. Yeah. In a German accent. Yeah. You have papers to come on to our ship, yeah? Now, here's a question. From there, they obviously have a good view. How full is the solar system at the moment? Are they? They're not the only ones hanging out, I'm sure.
There's thousands and thousands and thousands of species here.
So we are the Truman Show.
No, we're a farm. We're a Walmart or a Costco.
This week on humans. Yeah.
It's not even that. It's more like advertisement. Are you looking for a human to replace your AIs? Don't they work so much better? All you need is a false god, and they will last and self-procreate for centuries.
After the destruction of the Time Wars.
Yeah, only 50% of them have balls. Cut off 25% of their balls, and you will have a very docile species.
Now with free mask.
Exactly. And now they come with special face coverings.
So their annoying twang of a voice will be muffled.
You think you couldn't understand them then? You definitely won't understand them now. Ball masks. So they're gonna once again. This is I'm connecting with them, and they're sitting over there, a bunch of elder Arcturian comedians, scanning the audience here, looking at the various people that are typing in, and they want to know if there's a genius in the group, and if so, they want that genius to type in something unique, not light worker cliches. So reach into your genius, genii out there.
Because I remember, I think last show you put forward a challenge of trying to create a conspiracy, and I've been thinking about it, and it will be very unique because everything's sort of been covered. Like if I think of something, it's like, oh, that's that. I'm taking parts of other conspiracies and trying to form something new. And the only thing I come up with is that Third Rock from the Sun is a documentary.
That's a good one, an old TV show. If you guys haven't watched it.
Yeah. So yeah.
When it comes to, a few of them are adding some ideas here. When it comes to creating a conspiracy in the conspiracy world, all you need to do is look to Hollow Earth, the place where all the conspiracies came from. Because there is where you can say absolutely anything about them, and there's no Hollow Earth people coming out and being Hollow Earth. What does it call it? Fuck, I'm in a total brain fart. Testimonial states. What is it? Not turncoat. Turning state's evidence and.
Like witness trader,
whistleblower. There's no Hollow Earth whistleblowers.
Look, I've got some information, but I'm from a cave. But
okay. That's where all the conspiracies stem from. They're quite serious about it. It all comes from there.
So is that the battle between good and evil? It's basically the surface against the Hollow Earth.
The surface, the subsurface is the management of the many Costco's on the surface. It's the Waltons who run Walmart. Okay, it's the stock owners and the board members.
I do love talking about underground. The prime creator writes the best jokes. Like, we have a deep underground military base, or dumb for short. Like, these are dumb.
And people are going to believe those dumb acronyms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the whole it's watched the James Corbett report where there's a guy from the Washington Post who's written a book. How in one chapter he says, like, in 2005, this guy pointed out that the NSA is spying on everybody. And that's just a crank theory. And then about 3 chapters later, I was looking through First Fruits, I think it's called, and my name's in it. And they were, the NSA were spying on everybody. And it's like, you really, he contradicts himself in his own book. That's the fun, the shitty part about being a conspiracy theory. Like, for me, from my perspective, I've seen a lot of people becoming more spiritual. And it's like, or they're realizing what's going on. And I've been talking about this for a decade. Where is my recognition? Maybe my ego needs to be tempered, but it's an element where, like, like, did you know? Like, yes, I do. I think you're frozen there, Andrew.
Yes, I'm having internet issues. I'm going to turn off my video for a second because the internet has been fuckered here the last 2 days.
Yeah, your little bars have gone to red. which is
I know. I have red bar syndrome. It's my internet's unstable. Oh no! Damn you, internet!
Yeah, and that's someone fiddling with the switch, basically, isn't it?
No, that's just the internet being the internet. Everyone on lockdown, and none of the internet companies ever prepared for everyone being at home watching porn.
Yeah, I mentioned that occasionally on my show where I don't say COVID is the gift that keeps on giving, because people go, what? Like, that's not right. But it's shown us that the medical system's fucked. The politicians are corrupt. Big pharma, everything. It's that I can see it being a karmic resolution where it's like, even the theory of they were going to release it a year later and try and do what they're doing now, but the prime creator's just gone, bink, try now, bitches. Like, oh fuck. The incompetence across the level and everything else like that, where it's as a spectrum. Most people are in the middle type thing. Well, I'm in the middle, but Trump's either the savior or he's Satan, and it's like, well, he's more in the middle. Like, oh, he wore a mask, and the outpouring of shit from he wore a mask and he shouldn't kowtow and blah blah blah. He's in a fucking hospital. Like, hello.
So here's one from Kathleen. Another sadder. There's something called truth porn.
Yeah. Yeah, I would introduce sometimes my show where, like, we're taking a hit of hopium and watching the fear porn, so you get that balance.
Truth porn.
Hey, you want to watch some truth? It's really dirty. What type of truth porn do you like? Geez.
Truth porn. What's so fucking funny?
What I find interesting about, like, I think Danzig, the singer, said, Disney makes you hate your stepmother, but Pornhub has a different idea.
Exactly.
So what do the Arcturians think of, like, what do they find funny of what's happening with the whole protests and everything else like that, where it should be about police corruption and reforming, but they just seem to be burning everything down.
They laugh at it. Everyone knows they live in a corrupt world. Just nobody wants to say it at the same time.
I remember, I think it was yesterday I mentioned to you, I said on my show, because we're 3.5 months out from the election, what if a candidate comes out of left field and wants to run
on anti-corruption?
Yeah, run on anti-corruption, and instantly, a nanosecond later, that won't happen. It's like you're denying the existence of that. One way to get out of all the shit that we're going through, and they're blocking the possibility. They won't even manifest the idea. Like, well, yeah, I can see why alien races find it hilarious. It's like, well, he just put forward a great idea and they shut it down. Limitations. That's what it's all about.
I mean, in their own words, these are comedians, but some of them have a political satirical tint to them. And they go, our world politics is run by a subsurface world politics, but the subsurface world politics they're using is the subsurface satire. Yeah, and that's how our world is run, by the subsurface satire of politics.
And that's the interesting thing, because that satire and parody is very hard to spot these days. Where the Babylon Bee, they're sort of like the new Onion, if I can say it that way. If they've been dropping truth bombs all year, it's fantastic. You'll giggle your ass off. But one of them, actually, one post they had is Trump wears a mask, and it makes the mainstream media question if the masks are effective. And it's like, and someone's gone, well, good, they're looking at it. It's like, no, it's parody. But parody and satire is it's blending into truth, and people can't figure it out.
And that's why what the Arcturians are saying is the subsurface politics and the satire of the subsurface politics and the parody is actually how our world's being run. They take this parody and the satire of the subsurface politics and apply it up here.
Yeah, and that's, if you look at most of the political system, you're going, are you taking the piss? Like some Democrats think you can abort a fetus after the baby's born. It's that level of stupidity. Oh, we're going to see if the baby's okay. It's free from the mother. How can you want to abort a fetus? What is wrong with you people?
Well, that's the parody, the satire of extremism that is in its own echo chamber.
So yeah, people actually put forward like they're cheering on the global narrative because they're losing, and it's better to step back now and like, please keep going, because they're outing themselves. That's the whole thing. If you want for the New World Order to come into effect, they actually have to start saying, we're all going to kill you type thing. There's got to be a point where they can't be sneaky about it, and they have to step forward and go, no, we are bastards and you're all our slaves. And like, I don't see humanity going, all right then.
So the other thing is, this hollow earth politics needs not show us anything. They have a song and a dance and a pony show we're believing in. And as long as it gets the view ratings, as the whole global narrative is one giant TV show, they continue to win. And what is winning? Keeping you separated from your source. What is your source? Do you source yourself from the global narrative, or do you source yourself from the infinite frequencies of all that is, was, and ever will be?
Yeah, and
which is its own joke in its own way.
Yeah, and that's sort of anchoring the Arcturian energy, where I've been smirking in a gleeful way for most of the, like, if I'm feeling, if I start going, oh, I'm like, they've got my back in that respect. That's sort of what it feels like. It's like there's that connection. It's like, that's, I mentioned it where, I'm sitting at my own table at the cafeteria, but I'm going, hey, I know they're there. And this, I don't feel alone, that type of aspect. And I know I'm supposed to take my body with me, but I'm not really worried too much that I'll lose it in that element.
It's not exactly like luggage.
Yeah, it's like, well, this is mine, and I'm taking it with me. But if I lose it, I actually say like, oh, they want to kill us all. Yeah, but once I leave my body, I'm going to have more knowledge and be more cranky, and then come back and kick their asses. Strike, as Obi-Wan Kenobi, strike me down, and I become more powerful than you ever imagined. So I don't see that's the stupidity of it. Where I mean, there's an element of the DNA skin suit technology. But the backlash would be immense if, we'll kill everybody and then we'll come back and crush you like a bug. What is wrong with you people?
The thing is, one of the reasons, now we're getting a little too serious, but they've wiped out the stock in the farm many times when DNA and concepts got in there they didn't want. Now they're far too invested into the DNA. And the people that are the high-end management, the stock owners, don't want to destroy everything there. They just want to figure out how they can rapidly reprogram it and keep it addicted to a narrative in perpetuity, ultimately.
Yeah. They want
They're too invested. They're too invested over millions of years of keeping us genetically controlled.
Yeah, and that's sort of part of their downfall. Because like, we need them stuck in a loop. Yeah, but they're evolving. Oh, shut up.
Well, just kill off the evolving ones.
Yeah, but they're still maintain.
But it's like Hydra. Every awakened one you kill off, 2 more rise.
Yeah, from a mental point of view, just the mind's like, I thought about it like, okay, so to free the planet, we have to. Item 57, I'll stop here. Oh, this is really big. But on the other hand, it's like, well, you can sort of, in a way, ignore all of that and step back and like, well, I've already, to quote from Highlander 3, not a popular film, you've already lost.
You've already lost. As soon as you've picked a side that isn't you, you've already lost.
Yeah. Become your own shaman and have your own merchandising. What do you think of the Washington Redskins changing their name? Because apparently a couple of years ago there was a survey with Native Americans, and 90% is like, no, it's fine. We're quite proud of it.
That exact debate has been going around for 25 years.
Yeah.
The same thing with the Cleveland Indians and any other sports team that has a Native American ending. They've been protesting that shit since the day those names came out. It just regurgitated news again. And now something's being done about it because the woke ass community has figured out how to manipulate the corporate world into guilt.
Yeah, because it's I don't hear the Native Americans complaining about it. It's white liberals and like
it's white liberals. Yeah. The Native Americans have been doing it for so long. Get those names out of there. It's insulting to us, and no one listened to them.
Yeah. I think the last time this came up, I think it was a Native American, so I'm going to give them props. But they should be called the Washington Caucasians, and they just had the head of a white guy.
Yes. Caucasian invaders.
Yeah,
perfect sport team.
Yes, it's like I enjoy Black Panther. Mauler, who does critiques, who ripped it apart, and I agreed with everything he said, but I still watch it because it's the fun part about stories. Like, I know it's full of holes and it's crap. I enjoyed it, but the premise that they came from is like, black people are awesome, which they are, but they've gone, but everyone else, they call white people colonizers. And it's like, you're only looking back 2,000 years. We've been on this planet for millions of years. It's like, how can you? It's like,
that's their convenient truth.
Yeah, like we want reparations for slavery. Well, I'm British, and so Rome's put us as slaves. So should I approach the Italian government for money? Because how far back do you want to go with this?
So what about the Irish demanding reparations from the British?
Yeah, I like that. It's like, slavery's bad. Look out for the black man. The Irish are like, well, fuck off then. What about us, you lying bastards?
Okay, I come from Greece. We were enslaved for over 1,000 years. You guys only been enslaved for 400 years.
Yeah, like the Greeks came before the Romans, but the Romans stole everything from Greek. We like the Greeks; they're quite fun. So, but we'll change the name so we think that we're better. Like Jupiter, Zeus. Everything was they just took the Greek model and rebranded everything.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
so culturally appropriated everything, including their gods.
Exactly. It's like, yeah, we could come up with our own ideas, but we're pricks with swords, so we'll just say that to be Roman. And you got the Vikings, and like that's that whole Nick Cannon thing of like all the white men are savages and brilliant because they don't have the melanin, they don't have soul. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
So I said this last week that God forbid the world comes to a great change. It's the Karens of the world that trigger the awakening. And it's ultimately the battle of the masks that creates the next level of it's Karens and masks that make the next awakening. Karens, Kens, and masks. That's what frees us from political tyranny.
And did you know, I've been told as well, because I'm not a big fan of racism, you treat everyone equally. So if you hate everybody equally, you're fine. That's sort of where I go. Not that I hate everyone equally, but apparently calling someone a Karen is racist. And I'm thinking, not really, because it's white people calling other white people. How is it racist? It's demeaning and it's offensive, but it's not racist because it's mainly, I didn't see the term Karen coming out from the Native Americans or the African American side. It's mainly just the Caucasians calling other Caucasians. Remember, we were when did they change? It used to be Anglo-Saxons. It's like, well, that's only a small bit. So Caucasian covers everybody.
Yes. And for somebody says, how many Karens does it take to screw in a light bulb? Let me see your manager. The manager's going to change the light bulb.
Exactly. Yes. How many lead singers does it take to change a light bulb?
How many? I don't know.
One. Well, they just stand there and everything else revolves around them.
Whoa.
Yeah. That's been in the back burner all show. So I had to get that out.
Hold on, I got one that's been on the back burner for a second. Let me just pull it up real quick. It's another Buddhist joke. On a terrace of a monastery high in the mountains, an old Buddhist Zen master stood next to a much younger monk while they both contemplated the great void of misty space out yonder. The old monk at one point gently declares, "Ah, my son, one day all this void will be yours."
I like that. Very. It's a rewrite of a Monty Python sketch, but that's brilliant as well.
Yes.
I just remember. Is that a cow, or did you get a text on your phone?
That's a cow.
Okay, because you should use that as your text on. The movie Hot Shots, which is just like a Naked Gun and
I know the movie very well. Hot Shots Part 2 was the best. Part 2.
Yes, yeah. War, it's fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah. But in that one, it's like the Colonel. It's a parody of Rambo, and they go to a Buddhist temple to find Charlie Sheen's character. I just thought of another joke. It's like, who are they? Oh, she's CIA and he's an extra. and the other line from that is like, all these men are celibate, like their fathers before them and their fathers before them.
Wah.
Oh, it's stupid humor, but why not? It's like, you gotta laugh. That's the Australian sort of philosophy. You gotta laugh because we live in a country that anything will kill us. Every animal, but the trick is there you go. Oh, they're all so young. Oh, and Mr. Lloyd, Lloyd Bridges, he's fantastic in that. He can play an idiot so well. It's like he's a shining beacon of that film, where they're on top of an aircraft carrier, and the wind takes his hat and it floats and drops off into the sea. He's like, quick, turn the ship around and pick up my hat. So we can't do, because it takes forever for one of those to turn around. All right, we'll just get a guy in a dinghy. We'll come back and pick him up.
Such dry, perfect humor to response in the moment. Exactly.
Yeah, it's if you haven't seen it and you can stomach it, it is a fantastic. It's like early 90s.
Yes, it's like 93, 92.
Yeah, before Charlie did all that wacky, crazy shit. So,
well, he had just begun his wacky, crazy journey then.
Yeah. And Rowan Atkinson is in the second one. I can't come with you. Why? Someone's tied my shoelaces together. And so he has to be carried all the way through.
I totally forgot that he was in that. I totally forgot. I remember that now.
Yeah, he's just a small guest thing, but he's the reason they have to go in. And that's all. That was after the Iraq War. So there's so many gags about the first Middle Eastern War.
Yeah.
Where it ends up with Lloyd Bridges fighting Saddam Hussein with lightsabers.
And Saddam Hussein turns into a half dog monster when the Terminator energy buns falls out of his dog.
Yeah. Very good parody. See, that's the level of parody. But if you watch it now, it's like, what documentary is this? Oh, and Blackadder. That's fantastic as well. If you want to see, it's very respectful of World War One. Blackadder goes fourth. It's the fourth season, and it's based in World War One. And one of the characters' names Darling. And it works, Captain Darling. It works so well because they didn't say Darling as a name, but hello, Darling. And it's like the actor had got a twitch out of it just by playing the character. He was just like, he's been questioned by Blackadder because they're looking for a German spy in a hospital. I'm British. I'm as British as Queen Victoria. Oh, so you're half German. You married a German, and your father's German. Yeah, or we'll only answer it as a closer. So what should I? Yes. What's my purpose here? Yes.
And Monty is the only one doing psychic readings. If you ask for a psychic reading question, only Monty will answer it.
Yes, and it's going to be the same answer for everybody. You're all from a city in Scotland called Purley, and you're a monk in 1973.
Okay. All right, Robert. Let's spin up the wheels of comical callers who are not serious and see what the universe presents to us.
Aaron Webb, you're live and not serious.
Aaron Webb, are you there?
Yeah.
Hi, where are you calling from today?
I'm calling from Kingwood, Texas.
Kingwood, it's been a little while since we talked to you. How are you doing today?
I'm well. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. What do you think of today's show?
I'm enjoying it.
Okay. Did we get you to spit out your drink at all?
No.
No. Well, we're not that funny, huh?
Well, yeah, I'm enjoying it.
There was a lot of slapstick going on, guys. Yeah, no, I was laughing.
Okay. So what comedy do you have for us?
I don't have any comedy.
Then why did you raise your hand?
We're calling to a comedy show. Oh, so defense mechanism. All right. Like, motherfuckers calling me out.
But I want to ask Octurians a question.
Okay. It better be funny, though.
Oh, tough crowd. So it was based upon something you talked about, I believe it was last week. Or no, when did we last talk to them? The fucking time.
Tuesday.
I think you talked to them on Tuesday. Yeah. You talked about like an energetic fetus and staying longer. Is that something that is...
Yes, women could be pregnant for many more years, 12
years.
Okay,
but how old? Is there any like age limit when you're doing it with light bodies?
50 to 150,000 years.
But like the Octurian race, what's the average lifespan?
This is too serious.
Oh, no. I can slip in comedy. Okay, I can slip in comedy.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Slip it in.
Torch is yours, Monty.
Because my question is like, will that cow fuck off? Like, yeah, if a female's 12 pregnant for 12 years. I don't know Monty either. This is part of the fun of being on the planet. Like, who the fuck are you? How long is morning sickness if it's 12 years long? That's my question. And what hell does the male go through? Like, I'm not having a good year.
Too much. All right, guys. Well, I know I'm not funny, so pick on somebody else.
Okay.
Well, yeah, from Texas, so I don't want to be shot.
All right, Robert, spin up the wheel of comical callers who are not serious and who are not raising their hand out of revenge.
I come kill you.
I reset the list, so you'll have to raise your hands again, folks. But Lokesh Rai.
Lokesh, are you there? Lokesh, going once.
Watch for the signal.
Yeah. Hello.
There we go.
How's it going, guys?
How you doing today?
Yeah, good. Great show. I didn't understand half the things you're talking about, but
either way.
That was supposed to be funny, but yeah.
So what do you have? What comical stuff do you have for us today?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
So yeah, I was listening to your light language stuff. So to me, it sounds like gibberish. Are you just making that stuff up? Like,
no.
When I heard it, like I had no idea what you were saying, but it resonated with me, and I was wondering what stand-up comedy sounds like, and like if what stand-up comedy sounds like in light language, because I have no idea what you're saying, but part of me is like, yeah, totally fine.
Yeah, you can pretty much say anything you want, and you can call it light language, right?
No, that's not true either.
No, it's not Joe Biden.
Funny.
We actually, Andrew has rapped in light language as well, and he got his rhymes down.
So what do you have to do to learn a light language?
Too serious of a question. This is a comical show. Next. Next.
Call on Thursdays.
Call on Thursdays. Robert, spin up the wheel of callers. See who's next.
Patruska Patrus.
Whatever Robert just said.
Yeah.
Are you there?
My English education. He's got a very interesting name that I can't say.
Patrusis, are you there?
Hold on. Okay, I have here a lot of technology around me. Give me a second. Oh.
No, that worked. That's comedic.
Oh, this is. Could you hear me? This is fucking amazing. Okay.
Awesome.
No, a ver, I was thinking. No, they are not going to and I asked to the actors, okay, with no, I'm not respect, okay. Actors is going to happen to me, and they told me yeah, and me fuck you, and look. Oh. Okay, I'm still here.
Yes, we're still here. What comical things do you want to bring to us today?
Oh, pues really, o sea, the comic scene was que I was having so much fun on the chat, que I was taking the piece in a nice way to the Arcturians, okay, in my dimensional world, and they told me, yeah, come on, and I was saying, come on, I was having like a dimensional chat over here with these people, and now I don't know, I'm here, I don't know what to say.
Well, so you're having a chat with the Arcturians, and it's like, yeah, hang out with these guys.
Yeah, because I was taking the piece, calling it the Actus, but I use the Actus because Arcturians is too long to type, and I was just sorting it out. But I was having so much fun on the chat. And they, for some reason, they make me be here again. Okay.
See, those wacky Arcturians with their comedy.
Yeah, no. It's just that, okay? Give now the call to the next one, because now I don't feel the fluid, passing through me. Oh, it's so embarrassed.
And when we can get people to laugh like that, we know we've done our job.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We've done our job.
Such a great time online. I mean, really pleasing myself, okay?
Look at that.
Really good. Okay, nothing else to say. Just pass to the next.
Who's that? That's you and me, and that's you.
Hello, Robert.
Yeah, Robert. Yeah, your mic's on. Hot mic.
And Whoop, my microphone's not muted.
Secturians.
Yes, they unmuted you, Robert.
Well, I've been watching on Twitter. Some people put up just babies laughing, and oh my god, just hearing a baby laugh because it's so pure, and yeah, it could be about anything, but those little humans are giggling, and it just cuts through everything. It's fantastic.
And then some people put baby laughing to all sorts of political things, like the political talking heads will say something and it's just a baby laughing at it.
Yeah, I shared a meme of Joe Biden where it's like, goats are like mushrooms. If you shoot a duck, I'm scared of toasters.
If you shoot a duck, I'm scared of toasters. I'm Joe Biden and I support my message.
I'm Joe Biden. I have no idea what my message is. But what I find it makes no sense, but it works.
Exactly. It works. All right, Robert, let's attempt one more caller. So next caller, if you are not funny, we're going to hang up on you. Robert, one more caller. If you better be funny.
It's a comedy show. I was saying goodnight there. You guys got to hear all that. Nathaniel St. Pierre.
Nathaniel, comedic St. Pierre, are you there? No, I am not there. Nathaniel. Nathaniel.
Yeah, I'm here. I just got
he made it.
What's up?
How you doing today?
Funny. I got all the pressure now. I got to be the funny caller.
That's right. Well, so where are you calling from?
I'm in Connecticut. I just got off work. I work at the post office. I work in the inner city, and it got me thinking, who are the galactic crackheads out there? Like the spiritual crackheads.
Oh, good one.
I'm around these people all the time, and I deal with them with grace. But man, there's some crazy motherfuckers out there.
They're called Amarians, Amarians, and they infect world and they bring their drugs all around. And oftentimes they move into a world and it's like reverse Trumpism on other worlds.
Reverse Trumpism, like
yes, like there's other planets like they'll suddenly have like they'll reverse their frequencies and become Trumpists and stop the Amarians from moving in and squatting in their worlds and taking over their public services.
Oh, okay, all right. So
yes.
They just literally come in to just fuck shit up because like that's what they want to
do. No, that's their culture, literally, and they want everyone to follow their culture, which is to use everyone else's culture, quite literally. So have you gone postal on anyone yet?
I've gotten close, man. Like one of my first weeks on the job, this guy just cussed out the head manager of the branch, starts screaming and swearing, and this whole thing takes off, and he's back the next day. It's hard to get fired over here. They got a union and everything.
So what's the strangest thing? Man. What's the strangest thing you've delivered in the mail?
Well, no doubt they got a union and everything of all sorts. The strangest thing, I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know.
Well, how would you have to look into the packages, and that's not right.
That's what I mean, you know. But no doubt, when you got people there waiting for you or offering to give you money to deliver a package on time and all this other shit, I'm like, I don't need the money. It's my job. I'm good. So, but
you need a delivery. Hey, you need a delivery. Yeah. I've got some money for a delivery. Okay.
Pretty much, man. But it's a good job. You see a lot of people every day. It is.
I can't remember the.
Do you deliver mail? Do you deliver mail? Do you deliver mail to doors?
Yeah, to doors. A lot of apartments because I'm in the city.
So you probably have a lot of dog stories barking at you coming up.
Oh yeah, I mean, plenty of times, man, dogs, and then, or when they just run out of nowhere and all of a sudden you're backpedaling about to fight a dog, and just, being in the apartment buildings, man, I've seen some stuff, man. I've seen this crackhead passed out. I walk back and next thing I know, this guy's in there, got her legs up in the air doing who knows what. He runs out of the laundromat and then there's a group of guys just waiting there. It's like hood justice. They just grab him and start beating the shit out of him. Like till the cops come, crazy stuff in the hood, man. It's always something.
So go ahead, Monty.
The best explanation of going postal that I've seen is actually in a Seinfeld episode when Jerry asked Newman, so why do all these postal workers go insane and flip out? It's the mail, Jerry. It comes every day. You post it, you get it out, and you do it, and then the next day there's more, and then the next day there's more, and it's so perfect. It's like, yeah, if you need to explain what postal, you can see why you go and say it never ends. It just comes and always.
Mostly the management and the structure, but yeah, it's you. They overwork and you're underpaid. So I appreciate the comedy. You guys lighten the mood. I'm sorry I don't have that many jokes, but I appreciate the Arcturian perspective.
All right. So what made you laugh today?
Let me see. Well, okay. When you guys were talking about how limited we are, and then Monty's like, "Oh, we're so limited that we reject the title. Like we can't even see what we are. That's how limited we are." And I like that concept that we're going so deep into unconsciousness that, not that it's like wrong, it's just like it is part of the experience. So like to embrace it. Like Alan Watts kind of talks about that, being a really unconscious person and as part of the galactic, the play and the whole thing.
It's so human. Like you're a grandmaster of limitations. No, I'm not. Shut up.
Yeah, and I don't know. The human defiance, the human spirit, man. It's just something about it. Even in this fucked up situation that we're in, it's still like we can still find the comedy, and I really do. I wish more people would tune into these shows because I think the comedy perspective sometimes is a lot. I mean, I know there's serious stuff that goes on, but it's good that you guys are doing this.
It actually it breaks up the energy of it, where we can tell truth, but it's hidden in jokes and the power of laughter. If I can get a bit flowery, it breaks up the energy as well. So if we're just speaking in a monotone, and then once you've hit nirvana, you'll experience extreme glee, but people will turn off. But if it's in comedy, it's like, I have no idea what I heard, but I'm laughing, and the subconscious is like, yeah, we know, and we're going to give you an awesome dream when you go to sleep.
You feel the joy frequency that triggers something. I was at a party one time. We were talking about like, how is it would do like plants and flowers or bugs or animals, like do they get close to attaining some spiritual enlightenment, and then like if they die, do they have to start over again? And then we're like, I was 2 millimeters from nirvana, and then you stepped on me and I died. And like, I don't know, it's just that whole concept like that. We're all chasing something like, it's not like a rush to be and non-existent or like this all sentient thing. Like that limitations can be cool and a fun experience.
So if plants smoke cannabis, are they cannibals?
Yeah. Man, Dave's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I gotta get my pot plant high.
I'm a Buddhist till I get inside my house and everything's up for games. Like spider, smack, fly outside. Oh, on your way. No, you're in my house now, motherfucker. Bam.
I thought about that too. I'm like, should I not kill these bugs? But I'm like, if that thing bites my kid, my girlfriend's gonna be pissed. So
yeah, limitations. You got to have limitations.
Karmic consequences from the girl. You can't create that new karma, therefore the spider must die.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Andrew's like, oh, you can create it, hold space so your soul family can experience life even in a rock or a bug or whatever. I'm like, did I just kill someone? Like,
it's okay, they deserved it.
Yeah, it's like, but you could capture them and release them into the wild. It's like, yeah, what should I'll just knit him a fucking sweater as well? No, you're in my house.
Yeah. So
I've put spiritual wards up. Fuck off.
How does this spider constantly break my spiritual wards? It must be an evil conspiratorial spider. Whack.
Take that, cabal.
Flies a chance. I see a fly and it's gone.
It's gone. You pull out the chopsticks.
Yeah, they have a small lifespan, and I express that to them. Yeah.
Exactly. Welcome back to reincarnation, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Hope you're
What
not on a
did we
fly again.
learn?
Hope
What
you're not
did
a
we
fly
learn?
again. What did you learn from me killing you this time?
Yeah.
Don't fly by my nose.
Big hint: rainforest, not my fucking house. Just putting it out there.
How long you been listening for?
I started with the start of the show. I had to stop listening for a few minutes when I was in the office, but I came back.
No, listen to our show in general.
Well, so it's funny. Back in like 2014, when you did all the Galactic History videos, I watched that stuff. Took a long break from your material. Then recently, like the last few weeks, I started listening to you again. It was so synchronistic because I was having really bad gut problems. Got tested, found out I have H. pylori, got a colonic done, released a ton of bile. So now I'm on a herbal natural treatment to get rid of the bacteria. And yeah, things are good. I'm doing my revocations again because, again, I found all this stuff back then, but I didn't really understand. I kind of understood, but now I feel like I understand things a lot better. So
next time around, you got a better understanding of it.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing about spirituality. You could take a vacation from it, and when you come back, you've learned a whole new point of view about it.
And life is better after a big poo as well.
Yeah, and like you guys were saying, like I'm diet woke or whatever. Like it's like, I thought, I know all this stuff, and I would remember some things Andrew had said in the past, but now getting back into the material, I'm like, I really didn't understand this shit back then. Like now I'm finally starting to.
Yeah, it's very similar to the myth of the Holy Grail, where as a young man you pop into the castle and you can see the dying king. It's like, yeah, whatever, dude, and you walk out. It's like, oh fuck no, and then you spend half your life trying to get back into the castle again.
Like, yeah, you didn't, would know where you were at. And then that's part of the thing, to become unconscious and then to find it again and whatever. But I don't want to slip back and be lazy or anything like that. Just taking care of my physical health and doing all that. So
in a way it makes things easier, but also it opens up a lot of things and you expand on. From one part of my experience was, instead of fearing the unknown, you start to love the mystery, and it's that change of perspective that way, where if you've got a comedic sort of mind to it as well, instead of like, why does this keep happening to me? It's like, what am I learning? Because it fucking hurts. You try and find the right thing, and having a sense of humor about certain things as well. The ability to laugh at yourself helps as well.
Definitely. Yeah. And just, I remember okay, if all this, my experience, everything is being imprinted, like my experience isn't lost, even if I'm the only one experiencing it right now, that all this crazy shit that's happened to me, that you can share that perspective with people.
So let me ask you this: what's the funniest thing you've ever done to yourself?
To myself?
Yes, unintentionally. I'll share one of mine. I hit my head on my own car door. Sorry, my pop top trunk 3 times in 4 minutes.
What was your higher self trying to tell you there, Andrew?
Don't smoke any more weed, teenager.
That's why I've had those experiences on acid where you're looking all over for something and then only to find out that you dropped it somewhere, and on your way I would give up. I was looking for this hat, I gave up looking for it, looked all over, I was all fit, and I started walking back, and then next thing I know, there it is.
There's the fucking hat.
Yeah, shit like that. You're tripping on acid and stuff.
I've got well, not me personally, acid stories, but people have told me I had a housemate who would go to raves, and he would tell things like the ability of you park your car, you start tripping, and then you have to go find your car, and you spend half the night trying to look for it.
Your car. It's parked right next to your campsite.
And he had a friend come up to him and actually ask him this question: okay, if you're on acid, where would you hide your car keys?
In the car. So I'll share a tripping story. I was 21, and we had gone to one of those outdoor convention party rave kind of things where you party for the whole weekend. And this was next to a river. It's called River Rave 3.3. And it was really a great show, actually. But our first night there, we parked, got our fire going. You could hear the music playing in the dance fields over there, and we decided we wanted to cook a little bit. And I'm just leaning back on my sleeping bag. The tents and shit aren't even set up because they're lazy as fuck. And I go, "Hey, is that a cat?" And everyone goes, "Hey, look, that's a cat." And I'm like, "No, that's not a cat. That's a skunk." And it went boop, 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 and sprayed all of us.
Oh my God. Wow.
Okay. And we had taken our dosage like 5 hours before that. So we were well into our peaks.
Oh my God.
You smell something?
And we're talking, this stream is like 2 fingers thick. It's getting hit. Woo! It hit all 14 of us.
Clearly, the skunk was a rock fan. It's like, motherfuckers in my house. I remember I was on mushrooms and I was watching Pink Floyd, Pulse, and Shone on Your Crazy Diamond played, which goes for 12 minutes. That was an interesting trip. But I started laughing, and I was laughing the saxophone solo. I was actually following the notes through my laughter, which made me just trip even more.
That's
go
deep,
off.
man.
Yeah, I know. It's like I didn't wake my housemates either, which I found amazing.
Maybe did they know what was happening?
No. They're probably stoned out of their gourd anyways. Like, you hear something? No.
So
meanwhile, you're just laughing a whole solo.
Yeah.
So before I got squirted by the skunk, there's another story I'm going to share also. So where I grew up at, we have what's called Cedar Point Amusement Park. It's got the largest fastest roller coasters in the world. It's got like, I don't know, umpteen amount of roller coasters. So me and my friend Garrett go there at like 10 o'clock in the morning. We're in line. We get in and we drop 2 hits of LSD, paper, blotter. And what do we decide to do to first ride? We go on the water ride. So we're sloshing wet.
For the whole day.
The whole fucking day. Slush. And as you're beginning to peak, we're like, I just want to stop and dry off. And we just kept going on the water rides to cool down. And we decided to go to the tiger thing because there's a big cage with a tiger and it's doing tricks and stuff. And we kind of whittle our way all the way through. And there's people to the left and to the right of us. Garrett's right here. And all of a sudden we hear people go, "Ah!" And they like the whole crowd flees except for us two. The tiger squirted the entire crowd. Instead of 2 fingers, it's like the thickness of 4 fingers that went across my face, down my shirt.
Oh.
So the rest of the day we're in wet clothes and we smell of fucking tiger piss that you can't get off of you.
What the fuck,
The
dude?
next
Only
day,
you that would happen.
the next day, I'm smelling my clothes going, "Oh my God." And when we were in line for hours waiting for rides and people would be like 10 feet away from us. And we couldn't figure out why.
A blessing.
Pissed on by a fucking tiger. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, I've just had an idea. I'm going to make up about 2060 bus passes and go to raves and meet people who are tripping balls. Are you tripping? Yeah, this is for you. And then walk away. What the fuck is this?
Tell them to go to platform 4 3/4 and then pick up the bus.
Now, you need the Nirvana bus, not the Shambhala bus.
You're in the wrong Earth Hollow.
Those are my 2 unique experiences tripping where animals did things to us.
Well, yeah, I do remember you sharing that story about the furries. That was a unique experience.
Oh God. My first Burning Man experience, getting gang exalted by furries and getting cummed on.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
No, don't tell this one again, please. No. Oh no, I want to sleep tonight.
Oh, I'm missing out. No. All right.
Oh boy.
You'll have to watch the video. Yeah, everything's recorded.
Exactly.
Okay, all right.
I think that was our 3rd or 4th comedy show with David Ellis on there.
I'll check it out.
So. No, I'm not allowed to tell it. I've been banned.
That's fine.
And yeah, if you watch the original video, you'll realize why.
All right, I'll check it out.
All right, man. Thanks a lot for calling in.
Hey,
You've been an
I appreciate it.
outstanding comical person. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you very much. I'll talk to you guys. See you.
Yeah.
See you
All
later.
right, Mr. Monty. I believe we've reached the end of our comical show. And why don't you give away for people to get a hold of you?
I am on YouTube at Wafer Thin Entertainment, and I put up these shows. So I'll put this show up in a week, and I've got a playlist so you can watch all of them. And so, there's 16 hours of comedy, as well as if you dare to go into the war zone that is Twitter, I'm at Real Monty Dean. I'm on Instagram where I just post memes, which is monty.dean, and on Facebook, as just Monty Dean. So that's all. And people asking me for a reading. You're from Purley in Scotland, and you were a monk in 1973. It's the same reading for everybody. Oh, there you go.
All right, everybody. You know who I am at. You can go to my website, andrewbartzis.com. Find me on Facebook and YouTube and all the other places that we're on. Thanks a lot, everyone. An honor to have you all in our comical genius moments. And keep on laughing, keep on trucking, and let go of the global narrative.
Each different bubble of reality is true.
A galactic historian is a person that looks at all the lines of dramatic karma.
Nudge, nudge. It's the Holy Grail. Improvise. Mysterious. It's counter psychic intelligence.
Why is DNA farming of this star cluster so important?
Because we do manifest our reality. We do create our reality.